doing the thing.
It'd be funny if that was always a picture of your of the sandwich you were going to eat that night.
uh, if I had that kind of ability, that kind of organizational skills, I would love to do that. That'd be great. It'd be fun. It'd be like a sneak preview, like this week's sandwich. It would actually give people a reason to go to the BRB screen. Actually, it'd be like people would tune in early just to see that. Like, ooh, what's the sandwich?
Right?
Yeah,
for sure.
Good idea. I love that so much. Let me see. Give me just a second, Pete. If you see any shenanigans in the chat, let me know. I'm gonna come right back. I'm going to get another. Oh, one sec. Do we have you back? Lost you for a second.
Yeah.
There we go.
I clicked the thing and it went out.
Oh, okay. I will be right back in like 20 seconds. I'm just gonna go grab another can of beer so I can have that ready.
20 seconds too.
Okay, cool. Margaret Gaines, welcome in. It's good to see you, my friend. How you doing tonight? Hope you're hanging in there. Ah, beautiful. Okay.
Sorry, I'm back.
Oh, welcome back. Okay, cool. Jay, look who's in there. Justin Neville joined us. What's up?
I know.
Jeff.
They are shenanigan in chat.
Shout out, Jeff. It's so good to see you again.
Hi, Mark.
Mark, it's good to see you too. Thank you so much for promoting the show too, Mark. Like, that's really nice of you to get the word out about Pete's Spot. That's really cool. This will be really fun tonight, folks. Like, this is a goal. Can pick Pete's brain about so many things, and which is the beautiful thing here. And I think the greatest thing, well, one of the many great things about your personality, Pete, is that say whatever it is whatever the topic is, I feel like you're always going to have an opinion on it, and that's what I can respect that so much.
Some people would think that was bad, but I mean, it's just no shortage of shit for me to talk about.
Yeah, right, absolutely. It's terrific stuff. So hold on a second, let me just get a couple more things in order over here. Mark says, I gotta admit, I like the sandwich show no matter who's on. Mark, that's really nice of you, Mark. Thank you so much for your support. And it has been such a fun time. Like what people tend to say about this show is that it really looks like everybody's having fun, and I love that. That's how I want it to be. That's how I hope it stays. And so it's great to have y'all here, everyone. We would love to take your comments in the chat tonight. By the way, you can sploob, ! Sploob, and it gets the job done. Thank you, Brookstone Bards, for licensing the sploob to us here over the sandwich.
For sure.
Yeah.
I spread the sploob love with everybody. As long as I get a piece. Sorry, I've been watching too much Sons of Anarchy. I need to get a piece of that.
No
Club
worries.
gets 20%.
I love it. I'm with it. Okay, let's go ahead and start. Let's start this whole thing. This is exciting. And Jeff, thank you for being here. We were really looking forward to entertaining all of you tonight. So why not let's go do this. Let's go! Yeah! Pump it up! Oh my gosh, I love it. Holy mackerel. It's our first interview of season 3. Hi everybody. My name is Davey. I am a variety streamer based in Los Angeles, and we have been doing the Sandwich Show for 2 years. We're entering year number 3, and our Sandwich Q&A series continues with a really good friend of ours, a dueling piano player, a frontman for 2 Cool, very cool bands. You mentioned a third band. I'm gonna talk about that in a minute too. But let's say hi to our friend Pete from Brookstone Bards. What's going on, Pete?
What's up?
It's so great. Oh, thank you, Jeb.
Fucking sandwich show. I'm so pumped.
I love this so much.
Ready. This one's one for the ages tonight. This is gonna be cracking.
You're not kidding. We have some great stuff for you planned, everybody. We've got Billy Joel trivia. We've got a Star Wars tier list to get into tonight. We've got our sandwich of the week. We got random questions. This is a jam-packed show. We're really excited. Pete, you are completing the saga of one-on-one Brookstone Bards interviews, and it's something I'd wanted to do, for the last year or so. And
right.
I think it's really, really cool to get you each on to kind of get a side of you, extra time to really get into your origin stories and things like that. And we can talk about, if we can talk about who's in the chat. Jason L. Rush, what's going on, Jason? Good to see you. Uh-oh, it's gonna be spicy.
Hi, Jason. There's Special K.
Hey!
She's watching too.
Hey, Kay, what's going on? Welcome back. Can confirm Pete's sandwich is so good. And can we give a shout out to Special K and Giblet and Tim for their spots earlier in the year? This is great stuff. Great stuff. I just chased Jason Water.
Rahomo.
Nice. Nice, Rahomo. All right, so
I gave it to him. I gave him some Pete Flash.
Yeah. Well, Pete, I'll tell you, it has been an exciting time for you and all your projects. And I'll mention for those who are unfamiliar with Pete's work. Pete is the front man for the Thurston Howell Yacht Rock cover band and for a Genesis cover band known as Abcab, the Music of Genesis. And so really exciting times for both of those bands. You mentioned a third band? I didn't know of a third band.
Yes. I sometimes neglect to bring it up. It's a band I only do once a month.
Okay.
It's called Monday Night Live. And the whole idea is it's kind of like what we do on the show. People will ask for songs and then we play them. The only difference is we're a 6-piece band with a bunch of singers and keyboards, guitar, and bass and drums. So the idea is that people in the audience can ask for stuff and we'll attempt it if we know it. Like the caveat is someone in the band has to have heard of it before. We're not all pulling up sheet music to read a Rachmaninoff piece because the dickhead in the beanie thinks he's being cute. It's not like that. It's more like, something that was on the radio, something you really liked. Okay, we'll play Broken Wings by Mr. Mister. Enough of the guys in the band can go, oh yeah, that bass line goes boom, 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 boom. And then I'm like, oh, here's these chords, boom, boom, boom. The guitar player, and then all of a sudden we're doing Broken Wings. And we all have the guitar player, the bass player, and me all have Ultimate Guitar charts.
Nice.
So what song is it? Oh, it's by this guy and this guy. Okay. Oh yeah, version 2 is really good of that. Because when you look at Ultimate Guitar charts, there's like several different versions of a song, and they're all rated something different, from 5 stars being a really good, well thought out chart to 2 stars being something some guy scrapped together in his basement with 3 chords when the song actually has like 9.
I've seen all of this because now I'm scouring that site a lot, and it's some people just don't have any idea how to do it. It's just
you got to look for if you're going to do Ultimate Guitar, man, you got to look for the ones that are 4 and 5 stars. And then even then you have to go into the chart and then maybe listen to the actual song and watch the chords in the thing and make sure they're right. And then that turn is completely okay. This chart shit. And then and then moving on to something else.
Gosh, Keith.
It's an all request show. And just like on our show, except it's a 6-piece band. We harmonize really well and on the fly, and everybody in the band sings. So everybody's got a mic in front of them.
That's awesome.
It's good.
What are some of your favorite, really let me get catch up in chat. Yeah. Special K. Yes. Kind of like a dueling show with full band. Keith says, but I can hear Rachmaninoff, right? Asking for a friend.
Well, no. I don't know any.
Yeah.
I don't know any.
You might know one song, because All By Myself was based off of a Rachmaninoff piece, actually.
Oh, the Eric Carmen tune?
Mm-hmm.
All by myself.
Yeah.
There's your DMCA strike for the night.
It's all good. It's worth it. But Mark says, I don't
Hello,
see
Caitlin loves music. Keither,
Caitlin.
Mark, horror host Joe's here.
Hey,
Art
Art,
Maze is here.
Art's
Yay.
here. What's going on, Art? Thanks for the follow earlier this week. Thank
Oh,
you for hanging with us.
thanks for the reminder that I need to talk about Art and Pete tonight too.
Yeah, definitely. There is quite a bit going on with Art and Pete too. I mean, Songworks Volume 3 is under
Two.
two. Because one was the first one that was released with it. Yeah. Volume 2.
That's
and it's
the one that we're pushing on the show right now.
Yeah.
And then 2 is the one that we're currently writing.
And it's making some progress.
2 more songs, and then we're going in the studio.
Wow, that's pretty fast. Because one came out in right around October, November-ish, and so it's not even 6 months. It's pretty good.
So what we've done is we went ahead and secured the engineer at the studio, the owner of the studio. We're all basically buddies. Like we spent 10 hours a day for a solid week at this guy's place, just us. We were the only band he was working on. He didn't really, wasn't anybody else that came in there or nothing. So we spent a ton of time together in a very emotional, like real hyper creative space. So like that entwines people, man. like me and the band, like I'm in a band with the bass player is in Thurston Howell and the guitar player and the drummer are in Abcab. So the Art and Pete band is an amalgam of the two of the bands I'm already in.
Oh, okay. I don't know about that. That's cool.
So so that's the band that appears on the Songworks record.
Oh, that's nice.
And also 2 singers that I jam with in the Charlotte scene are singing singing some leads and some backups, and then of course Special K sings one of the songs. But principal recording was just the 4, like me and Art and the 3 other guys, and we were in the studio the whole time. And yeah, it was bonkers. Writing, recording the songs that everybody out there in Twitch world wrote.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. Like in the it's in Volume 1 was amazing. Like it's just a great journey and the variety that was involved. And honestly, like you said, like I think it's carrying over to Volume 2. Like it's just some of these songs have been really wild. Like I've just heard a couple of them on other streams. Like, dang, this is gonna be a good album. Like the creativity is amazing by everybody, really. The entire Bard community has come through.
I think the same thing that was going to happen there, or the same thing that happened with Volume 1, I think is going to happen with Volume 2 in the studio, in that Art and I, when we finish up the song, we finish up the stream for the day, we go back, listen to it after the fact. Then I make the actual demo with no noise on it, just the song for people to download and stuff. And that's ultimately the audio that I give to the band. And I think the same thing's going to happen, that Art and I have a conception of how or a concept, sorry. Art and I have a concept of what we think the songs sound like. But just like with the first record, when we go in there, our process is we give the demo that's just me and a piano, me singing and a piano. We give that to one of the musicians and we say, play what you think. Here's the chord chart. Here's the recording. Play what you think belongs here. But then don't ask James or Matt what they're doing. Chris, you just take the recording and then everybody listens to it on their own, develops their own part, so that on day 1, when we drop the needle on that first session, we say, okay, we're going to do, kite and key. Everybody play what they thought was supposed to be here. And then we see how all the musicians work together and how they listen to each other, and what they're playing over the course of the song starts to change and get in time. And then we run it through once, and then we talk about it like, oh yeah, and this one part, you should do like this. Oh, we should have a stop right here. And we want to try to do as much organically as possible. So after that first run, we take a shot at making it, kind of tweaking things, like maybe you should play this lick, or you should stop here, put more space in this part, or you should play less, or you should play more, or talk about the drum lick. Like, what were we hitting on in all of those parts in the song that made us go, oh wait, that should be in the song, that thing you did should be there. So we go through a round of that, and then we go record it a second time, all live. And then we go, Yeah. Okay. No, I know exactly what I need to do right here. All right, let's lay it a third time. And the third time, hook or by crook, we get it. That's it. We do it the third time. And then that's when we do like little overdubs. Hey, I missed that one part in that thing. Let me go back and patch that. I can patch that in. That's what we say a lot in the studio. I can patch that in. You know, but the idea is we have to make sure we get all of us playing together and get the live recording so that if nothing else happens, the drums are good.
Right.
Because when the drums are good, you don't need your click track anymore. Turn your click track off and you just play the drums. And then you can start keying into what the drummer did. Like, I'm going to hit on this, you know, little things like that, instead of like putting it on the beat. Now we put it to the side because we're going to line it up with a snare hit, that kind of shit. And then we go in and mess with it a little bit in post. But that's how those songs were created. And we do like one song, 3 run-throughs, a little bit of talking. Okay, next song. Unless it's like, oh, I can patch that in like 5 seconds. Take me back to measure 2. All right, there we go. Okay, we're done. All right, let's go. You know, and then we're on to the next song. And when we did Songworks that first day, we got like 3 songs done the first day.
Yeah, that's impressive.
And that was work.
Yeah, I hear that. That was a bit long day.
It was cool work.
Yeah.
But we shouldn't kid ourselves. It was genuinely difficult. It is difficult to wood shit in the studio like that.
That's true. Well said, Pete.
That kind of shit. What's up, Mark?
Mark Cord's in our chat. What's going on? Shout out, Mark Cords. Good to see you again, my friend. Mark Cord's also doing some dueling these days.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but Robbie's here too. Sorry.
Yeah, Robbie. Thank you for the lurk, by the way. Good to see you, Robbie G. Robbie G is a good friend of the Bards as well. And Robbie G also has a sports talk show. Jev is here. Big shout out to our friend Jeff, friends at Jev. I think I shouted out the channel, but I'll do it again. I might be glad to. So good to see you. We're glad to take your questions later in the channel. If you have any comments during this part of the show, feel free to throw them in there.
Mark says it right. This is the spot.
Yeah.
This is the spot right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mark also said that kind of shit, Pete, read his creative process. And
that is. That's Art and I say that a lot. Now that kind of shit, that jangly shit. Do that thing that, yeah, like that right there. We do that a lot.
That's good.
And James will go, oh, you mean this 3-fretted hammer on? And we're like, yeah. Do the fucking Eddie Van Halen shit. That's what we want. Do that thing.
Art says, what's your favorite thing about working with Art?
The fact that this is easy. The fact that when Art will spend a meticulous amount of time going backwards and forwards and analyzing each piece of product that we make, each song, whether it be the Songworks song or stuff we write together. He will analyze every inch of it. The reason that's good is he's not over analyzing. Oh, this one little note of it's not like that. He sees the work as a whole and what it could be. He sees the sculpture. He's like David. I don't know. No, not David. The guy that did David.
Michelangelo.
Analogies.
Michelangelo.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Like Michelangelo. Thank you. Oh, I'm going to get ripped apart for that. But fucking whatever. All right. So he's like Michelangelo.
It was Shredder, actually.
He can see the whole of the thing. But then he has the openness to watch this thing unfold organically and go, maybe the direction that I had isn't the direction this should go. Or he'll say, this is going in a weird direction. Let's do it this way. Can you do this for me?
Mm-hmm.
Like Art is extremely creative. And I'm not just saying this because he's sitting here in chat. He's extremely creative, but he has the knowledge and the wisdom to let other people create in his space, because he knows that those fresh ears on the process could take us in directions that we didn't think of before. And a lot of that happened on Songworks. Like, I remember there was one particular thing where we were doing the drum part to You, okay, the You song, and that drum part is like a there's this big space. It's not do gat do gat do gat do. It doesn't do that. And Art was like, no, just take that one snare hit out. And like he wasn't connecting with the snare hit that he wanted out. And Matt didn't understand what he was trying to tell him. And it was, you could just see this breakdown of communication. So Art goes, okay, so I don't know how to tell this to you, but I want you to watch my hand. When it's, what did he say? When it's closed, you can go ahead and hit the snare. When it's open, don't hit the snare again until the hand closes. And so Matt would play, boom, got, boom, and Art would have his hand closed. So he'd go, boom, got, boom, boom, got, boom. And then he'd open his hand and the snare wouldn't go there, right? And we all just went, oh. But that is something in the studio that only he heard and only he got. And once he figured out the way to communicate it to the musicians, it just clicked and we all went, ding, aw, and we got it. And that little moment was indicative of what the entire week was like. It was filled with moments like that.
Mm-hmm.
I would do it. He would do it. The other musicians would do it to each other. Like, it was a couple moments where Art and I just got to step back and let the three of them figure out what they wanted to do and not tell them what to do, just let them do it. And so the creative process that you guys saw in Songworks when it's on the show, that extends to how shit is created in the studio when we go do it. And, that was extremely important to both Art and I, but Art and I have had numerous discussions where that is the mandate. Like we want the musicians and the engineer to speak up, have ideas. Maybe the song goes somewhere we didn't expect and it becomes wonderful, which I think the Songworks Volume 1, I think it's wonderful. And I think we legitimately made all of the right choices, in my opinion.
That's huge. It's huge. I mean, I think having that democratic process is actually just shows the character in both Art and yourself's personalities. It's really great.
Well. I mean, let's be honest. It wasn't too democratic. We were still in there telling people what to do and paying for everything. Still,
okay, that's fair. That's fair.
There was still nothing leaves this room until we okay it. It was just really easy for us to okay shit because our musicians have good ideas.
Oh yeah, I love that.
So we didn't have to be a control freak dicks because they just knew what to do.
Right on. Abby sees in our chat. Good to see you, Abby. It's,
Abby!
Abby says, boy, Davey's letting anyone on the show these days, huh?
Oh yeah, pulled me off the
Hello,
street.
Abby. It's good to see you. Let's see.
The street.
Mark said,
"Oh, Elizabeth, I have to do some electric work later too. I got to replace a outlet in our bedroom, and I know how to do that because I did them all in this house when we moved in.
Oh man, that sounds like pretty tricky stuff though. So best wishes to you. Wishes to you, Alice. As
the only tricky part is making sure that power isn't going to the outlet when you start taking it apart.
Oh yeah,
that can make you unalive.
Yeah, no, true that. Let's see, Forkins Stu Lover 69. Thank you very much for joining us tonight as well. Hello there. Monty Python.
Caitlin Loves Music is in there. Hi, Caitlin
Loves Music. It's good to see you too, Caitlin. And I think there are a few others. Keither was here. Who else? Anybody else? I think there's some other. Muppets was here. I saw Muppets earlier. And Special K. And then Mark, of course.
Muppets hung out with us all day today. That was
nice.
Super. Muppets was around. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of people in chat right now, and I was like, oh man, I just saw you guys at the show earlier. It's great.
I love that loyalty.
We had a fun show. It was a fun show today, man.
For sure.
Went by really, really fast. Really fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, but it was still 3 hours. Like we still did 3 hours, but I don't know.
Yeah.
It went by. Sometimes it doesn't feel like it's going by very fast, and then today it was like, fuck, we're done.
Yeah, good times.
I still played like 25 songs,
Yeah.
But,
pretty good. Wow, 25 songs. And how long was that? 3 hours?
I don't know.
3 hours?
It might have been more than that.
Yeah.
I talked a lot. Today.
Okay.
When I'm by myself, I bullshit. It's fun.
Yeah. No, it's all right. It's all right. It was. No, I was parachuting in towards the end of it, and it was fun. It's a great stream today for sure. Pete talked a lot today. That's why I feel short.
Hey, man. I'm more than just your jukebox, man. I'm a person.
Absolutely, absolutely. But that's why we watch. I mean, if we just watch people just playing music, I mean, I don't feel like that would be that as entertaining as people chatting and getting to know their personality at the same time. BR, it's good to see you. BRH, nice to see you. Not jukebox,
Hi,
a Pete box.
BRH.
Hello, there. Mark says he's got to change the crystal in his lightsaber. Don't let him fool you. Oh, that's true. That is true. You
I
got the
did
light.
that. I did that when
Yeah.
I put them back together. And for some reason, my Galaxy's Edge blade, the one that I built,
Mm-hmm.
just sucks battery life.
Oh yeah.
Just sucks it away. Like I changed batteries in that one and the Calcastus Saber the exact same day. The Calcastus Saber is still going strong, and my saber's been dead for like 2 weeks.
Oh
Like
man.
it's all right. The Calcastus Saber still works, and right now Jedi Survivor just came out, so I feel like waving the Calcastus Saber around is like topical.
Dig it. Let's talk about your other two. Like, so you had a big weekend.
Okay.
You did. Now, this is interesting. I don't remember. I don't know how often you would do this, but you had gigs with both Thurston Howell and Abcab on the same weekend,
Mm-hmm.
and then you had
Yep.
that gig you mentioned, the monthly gig with with the band,
Mm-hmm.
with the dueling
The
band,
Monday Night Live, yeah.
Monday Night Live. So that's a busy weekend. Like, how would you break that all down? What was the itinerary like? Where were all those shows like?
Okay. So Thursday night or Thursday morning, I left out of here with James, the guitarist, who's also the guitar player on Songworks. I left out of here with James, and I had my drum kit because I play secondary drums with Abcab. Um, I had my drum kit and all of James's guitar shit, and we left out in the van, and we drove 11 hours to Dania Beach, Florida, which is right next to Fort Lauderdale. For those of you that don't have Florida's geography memorized, and we were playing at a casino. The place was called the Casino at Dania Beach. Super complex name. Surprised you haven't heard of it. But we went in there and played an Abacab show, and it was 90 minutes, and we all came prepared to the show and prepared to rock out. We were having a good time. We didn't drive 11 hours and then play the show. I should clarify. We drove 11 hours to sleep in the hotel. We got up that afternoon and went to go load in our stuff to play Friday night. And after the show Friday, where we killed it and sold a bunch of tickets, it was great. And then we got done. We went back to the hotel, hung out for a little bit, fell asleep, woke up the next morning, drive 11 hours back home.
Wow.
Now we're at Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay. So I drove 11 hours back home, saw my family for like a minute. They went to bed, and I went to sleep and woke up the next morning and left for Myrtle Beach, which is only a 3-hour drive for me. So I can do that drive and then play the same day. It's not like Florida where it's 11 hours and then fuck you, leave me alone. But like this was 3 hours to Myrtle Beach to go play at a place called the Boathouse with Thurston Howell. And so that show was really fun. We had a really good time there. It did rain a whole lot, which rain always messes up an outdoor gig, no matter whether you're covered or not, because you don't control the wind, and the wind will come in sideways, and all of a sudden you'll find the stuff that you thought was under the tent is actually now soaking wet. Get the tarps. But nobody's stuff got ruined. Everybody came out. The sun did eventually come out, and we played, and everybody had a great time. The owner was pleased, took a selfie with me and sent it to my agent. Was like, "These guys fucking rock." And he's like an old grizzled dude, and yeah. No, I don't think there's any affiliation, Keither. This Boathouse was clearly not a franchise. It was, well, let's just say piecemeal, but it was still a cool place, and they paid us a lot of money, so it was all right. So we ended up, we go there, we have our good time.
Yep.
We spent the night in Myrtle Beach. I'd gotten Thurston Howell hotels, and then we all had breakfast that morning on Monday morning and drove back. So I had a gig on Mother's Day, on actual Mother's Day. Then we drove back Monday afternoon. I got back here, spent maybe a couple hours at home, and then I already had my keys and everything that I used for Thurston Howell were already in the car. So then I just drove to the Monday Night Live gig and pulled all that shit back out of the car and set it up. So, but the cool thing was I got to travel a whole lot this weekend and played in 3 different bands that are 3 totally different experiences. For Abacab, we're just playing Genesis music, and I play drums in that band and lead sing. For Thurston Howell, I sing about half the songs, and I play keys. For Monday Night Live, I sing about a third of the songs, and I don't know what the set list is before I get to work. And so it's the just the sheer breadth of the difference among the three bands is just, it just made for a really, nothing got stale, nothing got boring.
Right.
It was really good.
Yeah, that's the thing that I thought was really interesting about at least the first two bands that I knew about. They're definitely different vibes. Like it's interesting how intense like Genesis music can be and how laid back Yacht Rock music can be. So it's just interesting how different, how divergent each of these experiences were. How are the crowds for each of these shows?
Really good. The Abcab audience, or the Abcab audience at Dania Beach, there's kind of a baked in crowd because it is at a casino and they do have regulars. Um, but like you'll get the guy that just won $100,000 at high stakes hold'em come into where we're playing at and just start throwing hundreds at people. Like that totally happened. We watched all the members of the band got $100 in our hands when we went to go shake the guy's hand. It was crazy. But there's stuff like that. There's their outreach into the community and our outreach on our Facebook page. Like it is, well, not necessarily their Facebook page, but our Facebook page is kind of global. So like we actually had people that flew like 4 and 5 hours to come, or drove 4 or 5 hours, or took flights or whatever from different places to come see the band.
Yeah.
And we didn't sell the place out, but from where I was standing, it looked like all of the floor seats were filled. And that I think a sellout there is like 500, I think. And we had just shy of 400 in attendance.
That's amazing.
So
that's really good. I gotta say, like,
but see, the deal that we get at that place is that the casino plays us a flat rate to show up, and then everything that they make on their ticket sales is profit.
Okay.
So we get the same amount whether they sell 2 tickets or whether they sell 600 tickets. Like we still get the same amount.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So, but that's we get that in hotels. The casino gets the band hotels as well. So we stay right around the corner from the casino in a Wyndham.
Oh,
it's really nice too. It's a really nice hotel. But these guys have a deal with them, so we just kind of show up and no one charges us any money. We just go sleep. It's pretty sweet.
That's pretty sweet. Yeah, anybody that does a casino engagement, that's always the first thing I think about. Like, what are their accommodations like in that scenario? So that's pretty good. They do it right. They do it right. They do you guys right.
Oh yeah,
that's great.
Now a lot of casinos that I've been, especially ones out in Vegas, have hotels attached to them. So when I first heard that we were going to go do the show, it was like, oh well, we'll stay in the hotel that's upstairs. But they were like, no, there's no hotel here. We'll get you one around the street. I'm like, oh, you're partnering with an outside company. You're not putting us up in your place, which would ultimately be cheaper for him, obviously, because he still has to pay that hotel for his band rooms. But when we say play in a casino, this particular casino, there is a stage down on the casino floor, where like the some local bands will play down there, or some some touring acts or whatever. It's something that doesn't necessarily need a theater type setting. What Abcab does is very much a theater show,
right?
So. So there's a theater attached to that casino that's specifically for hosting big bands. Like we were passing by some of the signs. They're going to have the remaining members. Well, there are no original members of Jefferson Starship anymore, but Jefferson Starship, all the replacements, the B team, are going on tour now.
Oh, okay.
They're gonna be there. And there was some other guy I recognized that was going to be there, and then there's some other tribute acts and things like that. But this is a room with theater seating that we were playing in. So Keither asks, do you do specific albums with Abcab, or is it like a greatest hits type of show? Both, actually, Keither. We have done specials concerts where we will cover like all of the album Duke, or we've done Duke and Trick of the Tail were the 2 the albums that we've done. And if you're not familiar with either of Joe's Genesis records, they are amazing, and you should listen to them. they are not pop Genesis. I mean, there's a couple pop tunes on Duke because it came out in 81 or 80, but for the most part, it's just dope. Trick of the Tail is an amazing record, and we got to do the whole thing, which was great. But nowadays, when we play a show like the show we played in at the casino, it was all hits. It was Phil Collins solo stuff, Peter Gabriel solo stuff, the band's hits. We did like one of the early 70s like medley things,
Mm-hmm.
and then went right back to hits, because you can't be in a band like ours and not pay homage to where the band came from.
Right.
Like, we're not just doing 80s Genesis that was on the radio. Like, we're doing the, crazy old shit. Like, we know songs from 1968. We know songs from 70, 71, 72. Like, we know all that shit. So,
No, that's huge. It's
but
huge.
you can't just do that,
Yeah.
at the casino. You can be like, okay, we're going to play Supper's Ready. We only got 90 minutes and that song's 24 minutes long. I don't care. We're doing it. Our set list has 7 songs in it. It's not, we can't do that.
I gotcha.
People will leave.
No, it's a good balance. It's a good balance. No, but your voice really is like just the perfect match for Phil Collins' Phil Collins lead vocals. Like it's kind of. Now, when did you discover that was a match for you, like as a vocalist?
That was honestly because I got a phone call. I was. The story goes, and this is secondhand, because I've heard the guy who went through it tell this story a couple times. So, story goes, Cliff, the bass player in Abcab, was in a bar and saw a guy who he thought looked like Phil Collins. And so he went over to him and asked him, "Hey, you look like Phil. You look like Phil Collins. Do you sing?" And he's like, "No. Why?" He goes, "Well, I'm trying to put together a Genesis tribute band." And this guy goes, "I know exactly who you need to call, because this guy is a friend of mine." And he gave Cliff my phone number. And I get this call from this dude. "Hey, I was told that you sang, and you might be interested in a Genesis tribute band." I went, "Let me pack my stuff. I'll be right there."
Nice.
Because there was no question. I fucking love Genesis. But it wasn't until he wasn't sold. Like, to me, I was just some hired gun that he was going to get to be in the position. The night the day before he called, or the day after he called me, I should say, I had a solo piano gig at a biker bar down in Monroe. It's a little further south of me. And it was a place, Giblet's here. Giblet, the place I'm talking about is Titan's Tavern. Back when I played Titan's Tavern back in the day. It's a biker bar down in Monroe that friends of Tim and Dana. I met them completely opposite of Tim and Dana, and then much later on found out they were buddies.
Wow.
That they knew each other. So that was kind of cool. So I go to play at this place, and Cliff shows up, and he goes, "Do you play any Genesis songs?" I went, "Yeah," and played like "Turn It On Again" and "That's All" and stuff like that. And at the time, I had gotten hired as a keyboard player, and I was like, I'm eventually not going to be able to play keyboards in this band. Like, I'm pretty good. I know on the show, I talk shit about my, my piano abilities, but I have been making money at them for a really long time. So I think they might be okay, but I'm not playing Tony Banks and shit. Like stuff that Kenny does over on Kenny's Prog Rock Jukebox. I love it, and I love him for it, but I just can't play that stuff. It's not how I was.
It's next
taught.
level
I mean,
stuff.
If I sat there and woodshed it, maybe I could get it, but I would have to woodshed it more than somebody like Kenny, who actually reads and knows things about piano. Because we talked about it. I taught myself, so I am limited by my own ceiling, I guess.
No, I mean, all good. I mean, but what you have is like the stage presence, which I've seen like footage of. I've seen, some of that. There was an Abcab show or two that were streamed on Brookstone Bards on Twitch, and I was like, that was really good. Your better half, Special K, makes the point of how great you are as a front man, and what is it about that experience that really drives you, like to be?
Man, dude, I tell you what, like. It's not a power trip. It's not like that. It's knowing that you are a conduit of energy for all the energy that the audience is giving out, like clapping, singing, applauding, just generally having a good time. And you're, as a frontman, you're kind of a conduit to that, and you can spread that back to the band who now gets into it, and you can, jump up and down and be animated. So now the band can key off your body language. You look amped so the audience can see it, and you are just going, I'm just feeling it. I got this. I got this. And you just, and it just goes. I don't know. The idea of being able to conduct that kind of electricity
I love
in
this.
a room,
Yeah.
it's just unreal. Like
Mhm.
they look where you look. Like we have,
Yeah.
I have a thing. I learned this from performance shit years ago. When you're in a band, right, and you're the singer, when you sing, everybody's gonna be looking at you because you're singing, right? The guitar player is not playing a solo. Nobody's playing a solo. You're singing, so that's where the attention's at. That's what you see when you watch music videos of people playing live. You see the singer, and then every once in a while you'll see the guitar player when they go, and then you'll go back to the singer because the singer's singing. Well, a long time ago, I think Dueling Pianos, we actually talked about this. When
Mhm.
you're in a unit like that, you're passing the attention around. You're a singer, it's on you. Now, if you're singing and it butts up against the guitar solo and he goes, you like lean over, you point at him or whatever, but then you physically look at him. The fact that you're turning and looking at him is telling the audience, oh, there's some shit over here I need to look at, because they look where you look. When they're all watching you, they look where you look. And so they'll look at the guitar player, and now you've turned it over to the guitar player. The guitar player now gets to own with the solo or whatever. Or like when we're doing In the Air tonight, we know why you guys came. We know what you want. We know what it is. No stranger to you and me.
Yeah.
That's what you want.
Absolutely.
So I sing the thing. I sing that, and then I like turn around. I turn around and like go like this. And sometimes the lighting guy, will be keyed in and he knows what's up, and he'll click on like the floodlights that'll come down on the drummer right when I do that, because he knows it's coming. And then it all looks like a pre-planned stage show that you did. The puppet master aspect of that is the most intoxicating. That's the thing. Look where I'm pointing. Now look at me. Now look over there. Just this, and they do it, and they all just, they look and they turn, and then when you're done, they go, "Wah!" It's great. That's what it is. It's the magnetic electrical conduit, the puppet master thing. It's that. I don't think it's really a lot about look at me, I need to feel loved. It's not that. It's not that, because I know what my job is. My job is to put on a show. My job is, I'm not there to get off on your love. That's not what I'm doing. My job is very simple. My job is to entertain. And in order to be entertaining, there's a certain amount of stuff that I have to do.
Mhm.
But then in order to keep people entertained, when the ringmaster's not doing the thing, you point the audience at the stuff they need to be looking at. So what they're paying attention to changes throughout the entire song. And then at the end of it, they feel, you hope, the goal is for the audience member to feel like they got a complete experience. Not that they go, well, man, the singer, he was really good, but man, the guitar player really assed out. Or man, the singer was really good when he sang, but when he went back there on the drums, it was a train wreck. Like, you don't want them to say that stuff. So the onus then falls on the band. Like, look, I know you're a great drummer, but you need to be a great guitar player. You need to be a good bass player. You need to be a good keyboard player. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's more. The frontman's job is, sure, he's the ringmaster. He's what people look at, but that's an extremely small part of the puzzle. And understanding that part and understanding the band is what's important. The product is what's important, not your shine. It is not important that your specific ego get fucking stroked. That's not it. If the audience does a standing ovation for the band, that means they're loving you. You're getting your shine. You might just be getting your shine with, 4 other people, but you're getting it. When you get on stage, they're going to remember you were up there, whether you were the guitar player or the fucking keyboard player or the singer. If the band got a standing ovation, they're not standing for you. They're standing for this thing they just heard. And it's important to honor that thing. It's important to honor the unit of a band and make sure that the band is what gets the accolades.
Love it.
You've seen countless fucking movies and TV shows where somebody in a band gets fucking self-important. They want to go cut a solo record and it fails miserably, and leaves the other guys in a lurch. And what are they going to do without that famous front man? Or what are we going to do without that? There's so many cautionary tales when all you have to do is, let's look at it as a business and then do the thing that the job is. We can have fun when we get off stage. Do the thing that the job is.
Yeah.
That's Mark.
Pretty
getting
close.
your shine on with 4 other people is a whole mood.
That's funny, Mark. All right, so let's catch up on a couple of things on chat, and then we're going to go to Sandwich of the Week. So, Giblet, thank you very much for joining us, Giblet. Nice to see you. Giblet was great on the Sandwich Show a few weeks ago, too, folks. So if you missed it, check out the VOD.
She was delightful.
Absolutely.
I completely enjoyed that show. Now, because we know Giblet really well.
Mhm.
And so, a lot of the stories, a lot of the ways she thinks, a lot of the things that she's told, like we've known him for over a decade. Like we've had a lot of these talks, but to see her come on the show, like, we've talked about this before. Like, she very rarely likes to be on camera, and she absolutely will not sing, but she's always in chat telling everybody they're having a good time. I could see how that kind of role might look like backseating. So it's cool to have, please be on the show. Talk about your contributions to this Cosa Nostra we have or whatever, Yeah. It's awesome. She was great.
Absolutely. So Giblet says, Pete, center of attention? No way. He hates talking, LOL. Poor Davey. He isn't going to get a word in the whole show.
No, I'm being acutely aware that I need to let Davey talk.
But this is one reason why we like
his show.
I thoroughly enjoyed these, Pete. But now, let's go thoroughly enjoy a sandwich in what we call the... Oh my gosh, that's really loud. I'm so sorry, everybody. I almost blew up.
No, it's awesome. Give it to us. Deanna. Woo.
All right, Pete, let's go to you for your sandwich. And, you teased it to us, to me in DMs. Like, y'all, this is gonna be amazing, folks. I'm ready.
Okay, because I'm really ready too. Because I don't normally get Special K to be like, things that I cook specifically for me. I don't normally get her to go, wow, that was really good. She said, wow, that was really good. So this is what we call the Bard steak. Yes, friends, this is a baguette, fresh baked this morning with, you can see inside. I'm going to push this up here a little bit. So there is sliced ribeye.
Made from scratch, folks.
Well,
You made it from scratch. I saw it in the DM.
Yes, I did. I grilled this meat and then sliced it myself. And then it's got caramelized onions and portobello mushrooms and a little bit of garlic on a bed of melted shredded cheddar cheese that I shredded myself. I didn't buy the shit out of the bag. I wanted a nice clean melt. So I put that in the toaster oven with the open face, toasted up the bun, and then I topped it with I should have brought it upstairs, but I topped it with this. I don't know if anybody in the chat, Mark, might be familiar with it. Familiar with the restaurant chain Nando's. They have the peri chicken. It's like a rotisserie chicken stuff. It's kind of like Viva chicken if you've seen that before. But it's a Peruvian chicken joint. And one of the things that they make there is a spicy garlic mayonnaise. And I found it at Walmart. They have it. And I was like, oh shit, that's the shit they put on those ridiculous peas that I like. So I put that a little bit. I was going to go garlic aioli, but I couldn't find just traditional garlic aioli. But I saw that spicy garlic mayo, and I was like, yeah, that's going to be the one. That's going to be it. So that's it. This is the Bard steak. It's shaved ribeye with caramelized onions, portobello mushrooms, a little garlic, some garlic mayonnaise on a toasted baguette with
Oh.
melted cheddar cheese.
Marcus is actually
So
from
when I said,
Quiznos.
yeah, it says actually just from Quiznos. Shut up, Mark. I made this. This took me like an hour.
It looks amazing to me, Pete. I big time props. Big time props.
I think it's going to be super good. I'm super excited. I want to see yours now, Davey.
All right. So before we do that, I'm just going to quickly catch up on a couple comments really here. Netherlands says, how does this fit in a mouth? That's a hell of a question. That thing looked huge.
I am going to smoosh it down where I eat it.
Okay.
You know, maybe this would have worked as kind of a panini style sandwich. Probably still would, like a panini melt, like something like that. But I wanted the baguette for scale.
Yep.
And this is not this like yellow shit. That's not cheese. That's actually the spicy mayo.
Oh,
the cheese is underneath.
Okay.
The meats, it goes bread, cheese, ribeye, onions and mushrooms, garlic, the sauce, the top bun.
Wow.
That's what's on here.
Oh man, that's impressive. All right, Pete. So
the
here
bard
it is.
steak.
Bard steak. It's beautiful. I mean, get that out on menus nationwide, everybody. All right. So sandwich week. Everybody's excited about this. I got tacos for your face. Thank it.
You got tacos for my face.
I'm just kidding. This is one of the things I have. I also have an actual sandwich.
That's fantastic.
I had to do that. I mean, look, since you're here, I mean, I had to give a nod to the tacos for the face.
Tacos for your face.
Your face.
I'm just, honestly, I'm not going to lie. I'm just pissed I didn't think of it. I was trying to impress you. I was trying to impress you with my mad sandwich skills, and you bust out tacos and fucking troll me on your shit.
It's what we do. It's what we do. But I
love
do.
it.
Your sandwich is great, though. So let me give you the actual sandwich. Is of the week. I have two. So
I thought you were just fucking with me. Okay.
I was. So the first sandwich on the left is a tri-tip sandwich, which is that's what we do out here in California. So it's kind of like brisket, but it's a much leaner cut. And so I got this from our local deli. Really, really good. And also on a baguette. It's got horseradish. I know you're a big fan of the horseradish. Really.
I'm all right with the horseradish.
Yeah.
Mark Cord says, did we hear you right? Did you say Triforce sandwich? Legend of Zelda and shit?
Yeah, I can call it tri for sure. No, tri-tip. It's like
tri-tip.
Yeah, it's a very it's a very
suddenly less cool.
Yeah, it's definitely Triforce would have been a lot cooler. I like the I'm gonna call it tri. This is gonna be the Triforce sandwich from now on. So
yes,
I'm gonna call it Triforce.
Yes.
And on the other side, on this side here,
I recognize that. That's a turkey and Swiss.
This is you're close. This is an Italian hero. And over here we call this the Godmother. And this is the very first sandwich I had on the sandwich show. So this is like taking the show full circle.
Oh, that's special.
Yeah, it's great. It's one of my top 5 favorite sandwiches in town. Really good. So this has prosciutto, ham, and salami, and many different meats, provolone cheese, spicy peppers. They do add some Italian dressing and then some mustard and mayo. I know the hardcore people say, no, you can't have mayo and mustard in an Italian hero. It's like, well, or hoagie, whatever, if you will. Everybody's got different names for this thing.
It's supposed to be like oil and vinegar, right?
Yeah, it's supposed to be just try the tip sandwich.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. You get the mayo. Sorry.
I like the mayo.
I get mayo on all my sandwiches.
I'm all about it. I'm all the method. So I'm gonna enjoy the tacos and the sandwich. Now, Pete.
Shit, we're doing it right now. Okay.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
I have not tasted this yet, by the way. I have no idea.
Go on in, my friend. Can this fit in the mouth, folks? Let's see. It fits in the mouth. Check that out. Yeah.
Oh.
Thank you, Els. Thank you, Els. Thank you, Smiles.
It just keeps giving.
That looks great.
I wish it was hot.
Well, yeah, that's one of the interesting logistical challenges of doing the sandwich show is that you do tend to have
getting your sandwich ready and then having it sit here while I boot up.
No, it's all right. I've faced the same challenge. It's just so sometimes, but definitely worth it for the audience purposes. That looks really great. Jeff says, got it. Pete can unhinge his jaw.
Yes,
There you
sir
go.
or ma'am, whichever one you are.
Man, Pete is so quiet when he has a mouthful of food.
Shut up, Mark.
Phenomenal. Okay, so I'm gonna go. This one looks just. It's great.
That's a winner. That's a winner right there.
Yeah, this with a horseradish too. Like this looks really good. Give this a go. I have definitely put thought to that E flat. I certainly had it in the. I certainly had like a feel for that. Actually, I have dabbled with like earlier segments too, E flat. So I think it's a good suggestion. Hey, our friend Kenny's here.
Hi, Kenny.
Kenny, I owe you a
We were
sandwich.
just talking about you a little bit ago.
Mhm. Yeah, Kenny, your ability to play Genesis music is pretty amazing. Like, I legit. I don't know if you would agree. I feel like I'm not sure if you all would agree, but I don't think anybody else on Twitch would play Genesis that well. To be completely honest, like it's amazing stuff. Like
that is purely the province of Kenny.
Yeah, absolutely. Like that's really great stuff. Kenny, good to see you. Hope you're hanging in. Hope you're doing all right out there. Let me show you the sandwiches I got tonight. So I have. Let's see if I got the button right here. Here we go.
This sandwich is stupid, dude. I'm sorry.
Yeah, your sandwich looks great. So I have a tri-tip sandwich. It's kind of like a roast beef sandwich, basically, but it's a different cut, like a leaner cut that we do here in California with horseradish and horseradish cheddar, I think, or maybe I think that's provolone. On the left, this is an Italian hero. Many would call this a hoagie. Some would call it a sub, but this is called the Godmother. All the Italian meats and cheeses, lettuce, tomato, spicy peppers, all the stuff. Kenny says no.
And mine is the Bard steak. It's shaved ribeye on shredded cheddar cheese with caramelized onions and portobello mushrooms with a spicy garlic mayo on the top. Ooh. And the bun is toasted.
That's awesome. I can happily report that this tri-tip sandwich right here, the little one, this is fantastic. So good. Let's see what we have. Kenny says nobody sings Genesis better than Pete, though. To that, I would agree as well.
Aww.
Yeah, we were just talking about that too, Kenny. Like before you joined us, or before you unlurked. The match of Pete's voice to Phil Collins' voice is fun. It's really quite impressive. Like it's really interesting. So it's a great story. Getting that place. Trina, what's going on? So let me give shout outs to
Trina,
to Kenny. For a limited time, just like McDonald's promotions. So catch Kenny while you can, because Kenny's only here for a few more weeks on Twitch, and he's heading off and doing some really fun things.
Kenny, I'm so excited for you, dude. This is such a huge thing that you're getting ready to do, and I am so proud of you and Wendy for having the balls to want to do it and do it together. I love it. I love it. So I just want to get that out of the way. I just want to say that publicly.
I completely agree to all of that, and it's great to have the wherewithal to be able to do that. And Kenny, so we're wishing you the best of luck and enjoy your travels. Thank you. I said this when we announced it back on the sandwich show a little while ago, but thank you. Like it's really great to have your friendship and your music with us, and I'm excited. Yeah, Jeff says I'm so excited. Yeah, Trina's joined us. Trina's so great to see. Now Trina wants to do like a traveling show with the Bards and other people in the or friends of the Bards. But
yeah,
that sounds like fun.
The Twitch music extravaganza.
Yeah. Bless you. Mark says Abby can't type. She's wrestling a twist. Bless you, Mark. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Was there something in the sandwich that got you sneezing? Oh my goodness.
Nope, it's just what I do.
Oh, okay.
It's just how I roll.
All right, right on. Yes, Abby Bar's not going to do a musical comedy show. See that? I would buy tickets in advance for that. That's great. But Trina's an awesome streamer too, and Trina has a new single out too, by the way. So check out our friend Trina. Give her a friend a follow. One day when we are older, when the world's wiser. Dig it. Yeah, I hear that, Mark. Now, tell us a little about the wine you have again. I think we mentioned it in the beginning, but
This is Charles Shaw. I'm trying to get the lights. The light's going to mess it up. This is there. It is. There we go. Charles Shaw. It is a 2018 red blend with hints of red things to turn it colors.
It's red things.
Has flavor notes of probably grapes.
$2 check. Art's got it.
Smooth.
Art's on point.
Classy.
That's on point, Art. Yeah. I know this Charles brand so well. And yes, it you know, when I was in my 20s, I would get this $2 chuck. Very much a bottle that looks just very much like that one. And it's pretty good. Like, don't undersell the Charles Shaw. The $2 chuck is good stuff. Like,
no, it's great.
Yeah. 2018 was a year.
I would like to address Smiles 24 Live.
Sure.
These actually are not lightsabers. These are LED bars that change color when I do things. Like we'll just go, here we go. There you are. Yeah, see? And then I can turn on colors. And now we're going to talk about this. You know what we'll do? When it's time for the new segments, Davey, I'll just change the colors.
Okay. Sounds good. Yeah, so those are Lumia lights, right? Like those come from, like those are just like
no, they're Govee lights.
Oh, Govee. Okay.
They're Govee.
Govee, yeah.
We use Lumia Stream to control them.
Oh, okay. So Lumia is a software. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. E-Flat says, I don't always drink wine, but when I do, I prefer $2 chuck. Stay sloshed.
And my lightsabers are on the other side of the room.
Yeah.
And I'd have to unhook and all that. So
yeah,
whatever. I got saber beams on the wall and shit.
Yeah. Right on. So Pete, let's take a moment. Oh gosh, it's almost like 10 o'clock Eastern. Time flies when you're having fun. This is really great,
dude. I'm telling you, I've been ready. I've been working out.
I love it.
Pumping up.
I'm pumping.
I've been pumping up for this.
Yeah, Pete, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. And you loading in. Oh my gosh, Rain.
Loading in.
Good to see you. Our friend you loading is a fun guy too. It's good to see you, Rain. Good to see you. Hope you're well. Okay, so how quickly do you think we can rank like maybe a dozen Star Wars properties? I think we can do this pretty definitively.
Oh, this can be quick.
I think we can do this. So let's see what we got here. So here is here's the tier list of Star Wars movies and TV shows. Now the good thing about this tier list is that the saga movies are easy. Like I feel like we can do this in like 10 seconds. So Empire Strikes Back. That's like the one you say is the creme de la creme.
S tier.
Absolutely easy. So that's S tier right there.
Yeah.
Easy.
Mm-hmm.
So then you have so what would
Jedi's A tier.
Jedi's A tier. Okay, so there you go. Throw it up there. Okay.
A New Hope is A tier.
Yeah, I mean it's the one that started it all. So absolutely.
Revenge of the Sith is B tier.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's pretty intense. I like it.
Yeah. Attack of the Clones, I would put it C tier, but I know a lot of people don't like that movie. I really don't understand why. It is way better than The Phantom Menace. But let's say C tier for that. And then Bantha Poodoo should be Phantom Menace. There will be no haven't seen it except for Ahsoka.
Okay.
You should just go ahead and put Ahsoka and haven't seen it because nobody's seen that yet.
Okay.
But yeah, and then Attack of the Clones, put that at C.
Which one of these is this? Attack of the Clones? I think this is right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So Phantom Menace. Did I? Yeah, I did. Bantha Poodoo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, the ones left there are the sequel trilogy.
The sequels.
We can talk about
so
those.
Last Skywalker. I mean, when I saw it,
that's Force Awakens. That's Force Awakens.
Check it. Right, the first one, Force Awakens. Now, when I saw it the first time, I thought it was like A. Would you?
I will give Force Awakens a B tier because
so fair.
Well, because it's pretty much aping A New Hope, and A New Hope is A tier. So if you're going to copy it, well, You get to be below it.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. It was definitely copycatting the premise and the layout of the original Star Wars movie.
For sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
On a lot of levels.
Yeah. Even the Death
Keezer
Star
says Phantom Menace is S tier because of Duel of the Fates. No, you see, a lot of people get this wrong. That movie still fucking blows. But Duel of the Fates is amazing.
I do like Duel of the Fates. Mm-hmm.
Mark Cords, Phantom Menace, The West Wing in Space. I didn't have a problem with that stuff. I like the politics and all of that. I wanted, when I saw the deleted scenes from episode 3 and I saw that they cut out all the stuff of the Loyalist Party and Mon Mothma and Bail Organa and Padme and the going to that secret meetings and stuff, dude, I love that shit. I love that shit. That's the beginning of the rebellion, like put that in the movie.
Oh, wow.
Take out the scene about, no, it's because I'm so in love with you. I don't need the scene. I get they're in love. It's fucking whatever.
Mark says, I only saw Phantom Menace at the theater 5 times, which makes sense because it was the first
I saw it 9 times.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Trying to like it.
Absolutely. Like, it was the first Star Wars movie to come out in over 20 years. At least 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe, let me think that through. Maybe not 20 years, but like pretty close to 20 years. Because
well,
83 to 99.
No, it would have been
like 17.
See, 83. Phantom Menace came out in 99.
Yeah. It's a long time, though. Like, that's...
Yeah, 15 years.
Yeah. And, it's interesting because, like, whenever I ask people that are around my age, which I'm, like, kind of close, like, about that, like, what's your favorite, what's the first Star Wars movie? It's like, Davey, like, most people are going to say Phantom Menace because, like, nothing came out before, because there's a big old gap between that and Jedi. So
you know what? Look, go back to the thing, because I think we can move Phantom Menace up to D, not good. I have a special movie in mind for Bentha Poodoo.
I don't know. I still think it deserves it. Jar Jar is really going to keep that from getting...
Keither makes a fine point. Duel of the Fates is pretty much the baddest song in the history of Star Wars. Like, I'll put it up there. That's one of John Williams' best compositions of all time.
Well, it's interesting that Mark's comment, Abby is now pontificating about how Sith Lord Jar Jar needs to happen, and I think that was actually the plan. They said that was actually the original, like, purpose of Jar Jar, and I'm like, wow. Are you buying that? You're not buying that?
No. I don't like the secret Sith Lord shit. I'm not really buying that.
Yeah.
Because his origin story to be a Sith doesn't make any sense. Like, where is Jar Jar Binks going to train as a fucking Sith Lord? Like, where is that happening? No, I don't buy it. I don't buy it. He did do the one bad thing, though. He gave emergency powers to the Chancellor. Like, I said it on my show today. He was like, there's a character whose scenes could completely be cut out of the movie and they wouldn't impact the movie at all. And then they put him in episode 2, and he's the one who gives powers to the Chancellor so he can create the clone army. And it's like, oh, shit. There you go. Okay.
Monty Python says, did he not wear a crimson medallion thing at some point?
I don't remember that. I remember that he pretended to be a Jedi in an episode of the Clone Wars television show, but I don't remember him wearing a thing.
All right.
Palpatine is just a clone of Jar Darth Binks.
Oh boy.
Reaching.
That's great. So let's move ahead to the sequel trilogy.
Aurora, I don't see Ewok Adventure in the list. Are you not ranking every Star Wars movie?
Is it not on here? That's funny. That's funny, Rothgar.
That's okay. That's okay.
Good to see it.
The droids, the fucking droids cartoon and the Ewoks cartoon aren't on here either. So that's fine. It's okay.
Oh yeah, you're right about
that.
that.
We'll just do these ones.
Okay. So let's complete the sequel trilogy. And good to see you, by the way, Rothgar. Nice to see you. I hope you're doing well out there. So now we'll have some conversation. So 8.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.
Great.
Interesting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's 100%. 100%. Fucking Last Jedi haters. Y'all were wrong. That movie's dope as fuck.
This has been talked about before, folks. If you've ever been
dope as fuck.
Yeah.
Dope as fuck.
Well, Pete's our guest tonight. I'm not going to move it from A. I'm sorry, everybody. If you feel differently, You are welcome to express your
Well,
opinion, but I'm
but
not going to change it.
will ignite some spatta in the chat. Okay, so yeah, as I take another bite of my sandwich, I just put The Last Jedi at A tier. What do y'all got to say about that?
Jess is learning how to troll Star Wars fans. The easy way to troll Star Wars fans is like throwing Star Trek references in your comments. That's the easy way to troll Star Wars fans. Like, you know that one with Spock in it? That was like my favorite Star Wars movie. People say that.
Yeah, that's how you do it. That's how you do it.
Oh, you'd like to throw this up?
Shut up, you fucking Trekkie.
Yeah. I think The Last Jedi would have actually been a lot less problematic, I think, if not for the Luke dying story arc, right? Like, that's kind of like where that sort of.
See, okay, so this is the part that everybody gets wrong about Luke Skywalker. Okay. And I've heard all the things. I've heard all the things. That's, he wouldn't have done that. He was a hero. Not my Luke Skywalker, because he didn't come out and fucking fight somebody and whatever. I'm like, all right. So let's take, if I may, here's my thing for the way Luke was portrayed in The Last Jedi. Shut up, you don't know. Okay, so what it is think about the original trilogy. Think about the Jedis that you actually see in that movie, or those movies. You see Obi-Wan, right? And you see Yoda. Darth Vader's not a Jedi. He's a Sith Lord. That's totally different. So you really only see those two guys. What are they both doing when you meet them in the films? They are both hiding in seclusion, cut off from the universe and from the Force. And Jedi at a certain point realized that they must remove themselves from the chessboard in order to not have an impact on the way the galaxy goes. Otherwise, there will always be fighting. There will always be some bullshit. There will always be this stuff. As long as the Jedi continue to think they're right and fight the good fight, right? That is exactly, Luke breaks this down. This is why somebody else said that the script or the writing in Last Jedi was bad. I couldn't disagree more. The writing in Last Jedi is amazeballs. The story might not have been what you wanted, but the script was actually really good. And one of those reasons is when fucking Luke breaks it down for Rey when they're in the Force Temple. He says that hubris allowed Darth Sidious and the Sith Order to rise up right underneath their nose. They elected they elected a Sith Lord to be the Emperor. Well, initially it was Chancellor, but you get what I'm saying. Like, Jedi done fucked up, Ron. And so there's, Luke came to the same understanding that Ben Kenobi and Yoda did, that the legacy of the Jedi is failure. We all suck at our jobs. We need to go away and let the world turn without us. That is ultimately what all Jedi do. So where do you find Obi-Wan? Hiding out on Tatooine. Where do you find Yoda? Hiding out on Dagobah. Where do you find Luke eventually? Hiding out on Octo. Like, that's it, man. It's part of his arc. And then, and he even said, what'd you think I was going to do? Come back with a laser sword and take on the First Order myself? Right? Because that's literally what all the fans wanted. And you're wrong. That's not how real life, if you can call it that, works, man.
It's really interesting to see that things coming full circle. So you're basically saying like things come full circle in that situation. It's a very interesting point. Yeah, I'm with it.
Where do you find Yaddle? Mark Cords, you need to watch Tales of the Jedi, buddy.
Oh, wow.
On the Disney Plus. It's a new, because that's where Yaddle is, getting fucking smoked by Darth Sidious, or smoked by Darth Tyrannus, actually. It's pretty cool.
I think you broke Evelyn with that comment, because like she says, Jesus, what? Message of the Jedi? Sadness overcomes me.
No, it's not the message of the Jedi, Evelyn. It's the legacy of the Jedi. He says the legacy of the Jedi is failure, because it is. the Jedi failed at everything that they tried to do in when we see them, when we see the old Republic, you know, when we see that the Jedi fail at everything. They let the Sith Lord take power. They let him raise a fucking army. They lead the army sometimes. Then that army turns right around and kills them all. You give him all the power, and then you just stood by while he took it. And then Anakin tried to tell you guys, and your own hubris, because you couldn't believe, this is Mace Windu I'm talking about, you couldn't believe that the Sith could become a threat. He says it multiple times in the movie. He does not believe there's Sith Lord stuff. He didn't believe Qui-Gon when he said it in Phantom Menace. He didn't believe any of that stuff. Yoda kind of believed it, but like Mace Windu was like, I don't believe this about the Chancellor. I'll go see him. And if he is, then we'll take him in. And nope, he was, and Chancellor beat that ass. So, you know, I don't know, man. Like I get real defensive about the not my Luke Skywalker, because it's like, if that's what you think, you have not been watching those movies closely. you have hero dreams. And the fact that Rian Johnson took the chance to strip hero dreams away from us and present it and try to present us with something new,
Right.
we should, as fans, we should be excited about that. It didn't go the way you wanted, but that's not reason to send death threats to Rian Johnson's house saying he ruined your fucking childhood. You know what ultimately ruined your childhood? The next fucking movie we're going to put on this list. Goddamn Rise of Skywalker. Put it up and put it at the lowest tier ever. Put it at the very fucking bottom.
As you wish, my friend. I haven't
seen it because I have seen it. Put right there. Right there. That's right.
Oh, gosh. I love it.
Fuck that movie. And this is why Phantom Menace gets put on tier D, because I'm at the point in my life where I would watch Phantom Menace 100 times before I watch Rise of Skywalker again, even once. I'm there. Rise of Skywalker is an objectively terrible movie on way more fronts than it just being a bad Star Wars movie, which it is. Like, Rise of Skywalker is J.J. Abrams doing his best mystery box shit, only he forgets this is not only the end of its own trilogy, but the end of the entire saga. And he just does mystery box shit until the curtain rolls. It's dumb. It's dumb, and I hate it. Oh, by the way, another comic book, like completely off the films, but another comic book had to wrap up the plot thread about what Finn ultimately wanted to tell Rey when they were sinking into the sand, which he never actually gets to tell her at all. He didn't ever say anything to her. He goes, Rey, I never told you, and goes under the sand, and that plot thread is never explained again. Finn was supposed to be Force sensitive, and none of anything gave him that. It stripped Finn's character arc. They stripped Finn's character arc in Rise of Skywalker, and it pisses me off because he was so great. He was so great. I loved Finn. I really did love Finn. I even loved the fact that now the Canto Bight scene was kind of a mess, but I ultimately did love the fact that Finn and Rose went on a side quest that yielded no fruit, because the whole idea of that movie is failure for everyone. The Jedi, for Luke, for their little side mission to get the code breaker, and they can't get the code breaker, so they get some criminal who ends up being a fucking con artist. Like, yes, this is what I want. I want to see them get the shit kicked out of them, make me lose all hope, and then build it up with Rise of Skywalker. Nope.
Yeah, there's definitely that element of a letdown. So I think I think this is I feel like from what I've known of your opinions on these movies, this is pretty much lining up with everything I remember. Pretty good. So now we're gonna get into TV shows and cartoons and other things. And I thought Rogue One would be in here, and I don't see it.
Oh no, it is. It's right there. It's next to no, that's Obi-Wan.
This is Andor.
No, no, that's Visions. That's Resistance.
That's weird. Why is it not in here?
Fuck, is Rogue
How
One
could Rogue One not be on this thing? Solo's on here. Okay, let's just imagine that it's there. I'm gonna put it in S tier.
Oh, then it's S tier.
Big time S tier.
It's right up there.
Big time S
Yeah,
tier.
100%.
Pretend
It's right
there.
up there with Empire.
Pretend it's there.
Rogue One is the shit.
So good.
Rogue One is the shit. No, E flat guy. The last one is Tales of the Jedi.
Yeah. So this would be.
That's a. Well, no, don't put that anywhere yet. Don't put that in. That's Tales of the Jedi. That's a brand new cartoon.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this.
Start down here.
This one's Rebels, and I'm trying to remember.
No, that is Resistance.
That's Resistance.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So where would you put Resistance?
Resistance is at a C.
Okay.
Maybe I can't say it's not good, but it is not a go-to watch.
Okay. So I mean not I've never seen it, so I would completely trust you. Now Visions,
Rogue One is just part of episode 4. Mark Cords is not totally wrong.
it is definitely really closely connected. Like it's
Yeah, Hrothgar, me too, man. I tried Resistance.
yeah.
I really did. I gave it a shot, and it was just lame. Like
Yeah.
nothing happened. It wasn't cool. That's all I
Yeah.
can say. It wasn't cool. It wasn't cool.
Um yeah, Smiles was also agreeing with you as far as Rise. Oh, you didn't like oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Smiles was talking about Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
movie's so oh god, it's bad.
Anything else in the chat I should catch up on before we keep going? I'm still upset that this Ben Skywalker got retconned out of existence as Rothgar. And then Eflat says Mace just had to get a purple lightsaber and it went straight to his head.
It went straight to his head.
That's great.
Along with all of that Force lightning.
I love that, Eflat. Okay, let's
Mace Windu was worried about the snakes on the transport shuttle.
And I have no motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking transport pod.
Transport pod. That's beautiful.
Love it. So Visions, I have absolutely no opinion on. I don't even know why this is on here. It seems like is Visions like an actual show?
Well, yes.
Okay.
First of all, go ahead and put it at A tier, S
Okay.
tier. Excuse me.
Okay. Well, you said S tier.
Star Wars Visions, because Star Wars Visions, dude. I'm telling you, Star
Okay.
Wars Visions is what you want to watch.
Really?
If there's any fan
Huh.
who's fucking pissed off with the direction of the series or the direction of the TV shows or directions of the movies, whatever, go watch Visions. Because Visions is not canon, Mark. Visions is just a series of vignettes that take place in the Star Wars universe. It is not canon. It doesn't fit on the timeline. It's not anything like that. It is a series of Star Wars short films made by a bunch of animation houses all over the world. And they range in quality from like realistic to CG to watercolored to claymation. Like they're just all over the board and they're fantastic. There's 2 seasons of them. You can burn both seasons in a couple hours because each one of the shorts is about 10 minutes, but you can burn through it and it's super good. It's super good. All these animation styles and it's so pretty and vibrant and wonderful. It is fantastic Star Wars escapism and it absolutely belongs at S tier for sure.
Pretty cool. Okay, so now we get to a good one. Andor. I know you've spoken very highly of it.
S tier. S tier. I think Andor is certainly the best thing that Disney Star Wars has wrought. And it's probably, I would put it up there with greatest Star Wars of all time. It is 100% Empire level Star Wars. Fucking Andor is brilliant. It is brilliant. Oh, it's great. It's so good. I can't say enough good things. Keither, I could literally talk for about 10 minutes and you'll be like, fuck yeah, I got to watch Andor now. Like, Andor's fucking fantastic. It's fucking fantastic. Think of it as 12 episodes that has 4 distinct character arcs. Because there's 4, like each block is about 3 episodes. Like 3 episodes, and then they go to another thing and they do 3 episodes and they go to another thing and they do 3 episodes and they go to another thing and that's the end. But all of those things connect together. Here's the thing, Keither, you say you watched the first episode and a half and it was hard to follow. At the beginning of that show, let go where you believe it falls on the timeline or trying to link it to something else or link these characters or anything like that. Watch it as a science fiction show that happens to take place under the thumb of the Empire. Because none of those characters they're not big characters. They don't, it's very self-contained. You don't start seeing larger scale Star Wars shit until later in the series. It's that's another Giblet just hit it on another reason why I love it. It's a slow character build.
Mm-hmm.
Like it is you put that bitch, it's a pot roast, man. You put that thing on simmer for 6 hours and you wait. Like it's God. The fucking Luthen Rail, Stellan Skarsgård's character, Luthen Rail, it's either the last or second to last episode, delivers a monologue that I think is one of the greatest monologues of all time. It's one of the greatest monologues of all time.
Kind of reminds me of Breaking
Crossbar
Bad.
is correct. You start caring
about
the people
in it. Yeah.
Huh?
Well, I was going to say Breaking Bad's a good example of this because Breaking Bad starts very slow. And then after like 2 seasons, it starts to really pick up. So it sounds like a good comp.
It's so good.
Yeah.
It's so good. And the best thing about it, there is no Jedi. No one talks about the fucking Force.
Mm-hmm.
No one does any of that. It is. I explained it to one of my buddies as street level Star Wars characters doing street level shit.
Oh, interesting.
That's what it is. It's
that is interesting.
Street level all the way.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you ever wanted to really, really know how people live in the Star Wars universe, fucking Andor. We called it prestige television.
It's really great.
Yes, Ulodinen. In fact, let me see here. Did that go away? I don't go away if that happens, right? If I switch tabs, does it make me freak out or something?
So far, so good.
Okay. Then I'm going to look it up. I won't. There are some key things in it that I really, really like. Says, hang on. Transcript. There we go. Come on. Here we go. Oh, what is it? The guy asked him, what do you sacrifice? Calm, kindness, kinship, love. I've given up all chance at inner peace. I've made my mind a sunless space. I share my dreams with ghosts. I wake up every day to an equation I wrote 15 years ago from which there's only one conclusion. I'm damned for what I do. My anger, my ego, my unwillingness to yield, my eagerness to fight. You've set me on a path from which there is no escape. I yearned to be a savior against injustice without contemplating the cost. And by the time I looked down, there was no longer any ground beneath my feet. What is my sacrifice? I'm condemned to use the tools of my enemy to defeat them. I burn my decency for someone else's future. I burn my life to make a sunrise I know I'll never see. And the ego that started this fight will never have a mirror or an audience or the light of gratitude. So what do I sacrifice? Everything. You'll stay with me, Lonnie. I need all the heroes I can get. Fuck. That is just
amazing.
Some of they saved it up, dude. And and the way he delivered, I mean, obviously I'm not like telling Skarsgård, but just fuck. It's one of the greatest monologues. Amazing. It's so amazing. So amazing.
Big time salute to the writers for that. What an amazing writing. Holy shit. Like, that's so good. So
I burned my life for a sunrise I know I'll never see. Fuck, man. That is S tier shit.
Absolutely. Well, from that we have the remaining shows. And now, look. Now I'm kind of worried about this because I've been so fond of the Mandalorian.
Because you're going to see some shit get in the toilet? Is that why?
A little bit. I feel like now if it's just me ranking this, it's S tier for me.
You think so?
Great. I first have so much fun with it, but all right, Pete.
Mando is extraordinarily fun.
Mm-hmm.
I would put it S tier. And I know a lot of people fucking bitch about season 3 and how it didn't make any sense and it was Bo-Katan's show and all that bullshit. Shut up. Season 3 was great. Season 3 expanded the lore of the Mandalorian, like not just Din Djarin, but like the scope of the Mandalorians, who they are as a people and what they think is important. Tim, and there's nothing wrong with Monster of the Week. I tried to tell you guys that before. There's nothing wrong with Monster of the Week. They were telling a larger arc. They were. It doesn't have to all be stuck to that thing. Yeah, it's like Firefly. Some of it was just random shit he was doing, and some of it wrote a larger arc. And then season 2 was all a larger arc. And season 3 is one arc, no. No.
Almost show delete. Oh my god, dude. That's funny.
Tim, I'm not making this sandwich for you now.
I did like the comments from Caffeine. Good to see you, by the way, Caffeine. How you doing, Caff? Hope you're
Hi,
doing well.
Caffeine.
Just reading the changes in Star Wars. Disney removed the 21st century logo, but when they let me read this from opening logos, then brought them back after they acquired 21st Century Fox. I can't speak a lot to that, but it is cool that they restored it. I guess I think. Um, I completely understand the logistics of all of that, though. Like when they didn't buy out the rest of Fox, basically. Um,
Hmm.
I can understand them not going to those logos for like anything from Lucasfilm. They just kind of went straight to the Lucasfilm logo. Get it? I get that. And now they brought him back. Okay, it's an interesting thought though. But I do appreciate the legacy involved. Anyway, Pete, I'm sorry to go on that tangent.
Oh, no, no, no. Please.
Um,
Better you on tangents. I've already done like 5 tangents. You need to get, one.
well, let's
You need to
knock
get
these
one.
rest of these out. So Solo is a little
Hell
bit.
yeah.
Now this is not a bad movie. Like I think people give it
B,
a bad.
baby. Yeah, I'll give it a B.
Yeah, B's good.
I might even give it an A. But the thing that keeps it off the A for me is like Alden Ehrenreich did an okay job, but it's like that's Harrison Ford's role to lose. Like
Yeah, I'm with that. So,
but it's not a bad film. Like it came out after The Last Jedi and everybody was so anti Star Wars that no
Yeah.
one went to see Solo, and Solo tanked and they canceled all the standalone movies. It was like Solo didn't tank because it wasn't good. It tanked because you ran it after a movie that split the fucking fan base in half.
Yeah,
Like
it's fair.
you didn't give them a chance to mourn the loss of their kid before you kicked him in the knees while they were holding them. Like it's just, I don't know.
No, I totally understand. Yeah, I mean, it definitely was a product of bad timing. Absolutely, much we've seen that before with in cinema, where like movies would come out like right when another movie was out, and it's like, well, it's not going to do well. This other movie's overshadowing. Blah 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 blah. Rain says, I was typing how that speech sounded like it could have been written by Shakespeare when the Twitch app crashed on me. Sorry about that. Twitch app crashed.
Yeah, you loading, and that's what I'm talking about. Like it's so the entire speech was so thespian. Stellan Skarsgård is just an amazing actor, and watching him do that monologue is like, Jesus, it just punches you in the life, and you're like, oh my god, I want to get on a plane right now and go help the rebels because fuck, like this is what, like you see this guy and you see him the entire show, and he's doing, you don't really know what to think of him. He's being shady and shitty, and he's not nice to Saw Gerrera, and he's not really nice to Cassian Andor. He's not really nice to anybody. And then he gives that monologue, and you're like, holy fuck, I want to go fight for him now.
How about that?
Like I didn't understand what you sacrificed, but you just laid it out. You made it more than just saying, I sacrificed everything. Like when Gamora asks Thanos, what did it cost? And he says, everything. And that's sad, right? No. This description of what everything truly means, that's how it is. That's one of the reasons why Andor is S tier for me, because of that monologue. It's that good. It's just that good.
I believe it. So we'll roll through these quickly because I do want to get to random questions in just a moment.
Yeah.
Obi-Wan, really quick. What do you think?
Obi-Wan C.
Yeah, that sounds
It
good.
was a middling to bad show that had an exceptional ending.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen it yet, but that's the sentiment I got.
Oh, the final episode of that show is fucking TNT. Final episode of that show is like top 10 Star Wars moment for sure. But the rest of the show is like, meh. Oh, no, I won't say anything, Keither. I won't say anything. I'm good. You're good.
I don't think anything was
You can
spoiled.
unmute right now. You can
Okay.
unmute right now, Keither. I won't
Yeah.
say anything. I said all I needed to say. The last episode of the show is S tier Star Wars. But the rest of the show is meh. I won't say specifics because now we're getting into stuff that maybe not everyone has seen. Now I've seen all of this, so I'm good. But now we're getting into stuff that people might not have seen,
Right.
and I don't want to do spoilery stuff for
We
that.
do have Book of Boba Fett, which is kind of still in the people might have seen it.
That goes to D for me, man. I wanted to like that so bad.
Yeah.
But that's not his show. The Sand People. Now Giblet said a second ago, the Sand People
In Mandalorian.
scenes,
Yeah.
And no, and well, there are Sand People scenes in Mandalorian, but I'm talking specifically about the Sand People flashbacks in Boba Fett.
Yeah.
That part of the show is really, really good. When we do present day Boba Fett, and he's walking around, he keeps talking about how people should respect him, but then he doesn't do anything. And it's like, what are you? And then it turns into the season of The Mandalorian for 2 episodes where they resolve an entire plot line from The Mandalorian in the Book of Boba Fett show. It's like, man, you were set up for failure from the beginning, man. This has never been your show. This show has never been about you. It's about everyone around you, you know? I don't know. Stuart, you take your negativity someplace else, buddy. I'm not going to have that in the Davy Star Wars sandwich show.
Stuart, I would advise the same. But it's good to see you, by the way, Stuart. I hope you're doing all right. Yeah, Stuart and I were talking about that last week during the was it last week or 2 weeks ago during the stream anniversary. So Stuart's not the biggest fan. That's okay. I respect that, but not negative realist. Oh my gosh, Stuart. We're almost done with this.
I can't respect that. Shut up, Stuart.
We've only got a few
Should
more.
I time him out? No caffeine.
No, that's all right.
No.
Kev. You're good.
Give
You're
him
good.
enough rope to hang himself with.
All right. Tales of the Jedi. I have literally no opinion on this. Any feel?
I love it.
Okay.
Because it's
Give it to you.
Tales of the Jedi is basically a prequel. It's a series of small 10, 15-minute episodes. It's animated like the Clone Wars, and it focuses on young Ahsoka and young Count Dooku. When Count Dooku was a Jedi, when he was actually like a good guy, and it shows how he got converted and how he became bad, and it shows where Ahsoka was born and how she came up, and everything that she did before she got conscripted to Anakin as a Padawan. Great.
Cool.
It was
Okay.
a great show. Yeah, it really is good.
All right. So Bad Batch, I feel like the premise didn't seem like much to me. What did you think of it?
Bad Batch is S tier.
Wait, you liked S tier? Wow.
Fucking Bad Batch is my favorite Star Wars animated show.
No kidding. Wow.
Mm-hmm. Bad Batch is good shit. Like, good shit. Like, I can't even describe how fucking good Bad Batch is. Man, it's so good. Bad Batch is so good because it starts out on the premise that they, like, by the end of the Clone Wars, they were making clones with enhanced abilities. They were mutating their genes, right? So that is why when you see a picture of the Bad Batch, they don't all look alike. They don't all look alike because each one of them was engineered to be really, really good at the one specific job. Hunter's the tactician. Echo is the computer guy. Or, well, Echo is the communications clandestine guy. Tech is the tech guy. What's his nuts? The big one. Oh God, why can't I think? Why can't I think of the big one? Hunter, Echo, Tech. No, what's the big one? I can't remember. The big guy. There's a big guy too, and he's dumb, but he's like a crack shot. He's basically a tank. And but it establishes those characters. It gives them an arc, and then it gives them a clone. They spit out a clone called Omega. And Omega is an unaltered clone of Jango Fett with female chromosomes. So Omega is actually a female, but she's still a clone of Jango Fett, right? And now she runs around with the Bad Batch. They stole this tricked out fucking Imperial shuttle that's all sleek and badass looking. Wrecker. Thank you, Monty Python. Thank you, Wrecker. Wrecker's the big one. And then they just sometimes it's Monster of the Week. Sometimes it's got an overarching story. But the thing about it is that the whole thing is in one concurrent timeline. So like if this one episode is, Monster of the Week, the next episode, they're going to at least talk about what they did, during that, as they're doing this other new thing. And it's so amazing. It's so good. Monty Python, we don't talk about Crosshair.
Yeah.
We don't talk about Crosshair.
Let's go back to the tier list. I did want to read a point from I think it was Rothgar. Rothgar who said, I am so sad I have to wait for the next season, and there better be one. Sounds like you.
Rothgar, there is going to be another season of the Bad Batch for sure.
Word up. Oh, thank you for the follow, XL. Appreciate it. Yeah. So now
it's an absolutely amazing show, and I really encourage anybody who likes Star Wars, not you, Stuart. I think encourage anybody who likes Star Wars to watch it and watch it all.
I owe Bad Batch an apology. I misinterpreted the sentiments, so I will definitely give it a shot.
Bad Batch and Bad Batch gets into some shit because during the Bad Batch, the time period that Bad Batch takes place in, it's this newly formed empire trying to figure out what to do with the clone army because they want to start doing conscripted people because the clones they had an accelerated age, so eventually they were going to all die. Like that was a short-term army always, and so they have to now decide what are they going to do, how are they going to phase out the clones, and the empire is like, well, fuck them, they're property. And then you have certain senators in the Senate are going, no, those are people, and you asked them to fight for you, and now you're going to throw them away. There's some not too subtle Vietnam vet shit happening in the Bad Batch, which I think the show is definitely trying to say. But one of the reasons the Bad Batch they didn't get Order 66, they had the chips, but their genetic mutations didn't let that chip affect them. So when they saw all the clones around them fucking wig out, they were like, what? And that's from the first episode. And then it goes. And it's like, oh my God. And it's so great. It's so great. Yeah, dude. Bad Batch all day. Bad Batch all day.
I love it, dude.
Anyway,
I love it, Pete.
Go ahead. Sorry.
All right. So last one, we have Clone Wars, which is both the original movie.
That's right. The movie.
Mm-hmm.
The movie I would put at C.
Okay. Now, I don't know which one of these is the movie.
The first one. The first one on the list is the movie.
That's a great
That's
eye,
the film.
Pete. Okay. Put that at C. Okay.
Because they were just starting to show out. They really didn't know where they were going to go with the thing. They had created it's weird. Wait, Anakin had a Padawan? What? Who's Ahsoka? The show gets an A. The show itself gets an A because that show got consistently better with each episode. Every season was better than the last, culminating in the final season, which led us all the way up to and during episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. Like in Revenge of the Sith, when he says execute Order 66, that is that happens in like the last episode of the last season, or the last 2 episodes of the last season of Clone Wars. All the clones hear that and they all turn on Ahsoka. Like it's totally a thing.
I really appreciate the very comprehensive and yet also very concise summary. That's really great, Pete. You boiled it all down in like basically a paragraph. It's really good.
I tried to. I know I've been pontificating as my friends are now reminding me. So
no worries. I thank you so much, Justin and Evelyn, for the 23-month resub. You know how seriously cool that is? The show has been on for 24 months, so that's pretty amazing. Jeff, thank you so much for the resub. Very kind to have your continued loyalty to the program.
That just means they love you, Davey. See, I told you.
Well,
man, you do so much for the goddamn community, Davey.
Thank you, Pete.
You really do. Yeah. Like you're a friend to all, and I think, and on the Bards think too. I don't want to speak for them, but I'm pretty sure it's true. They all love you too, man. We all love you.
And then back at you, everyone.
That you have us on, man.
It's y'all make what I do so much easy, so much fun. So thank you, everybody, for being part of this community, this ecosystem. It's really nice of you. Thank you so much, everyone. Mark says, who is the best character in Star Wars, and why is it Ahsoka Tano?
Ahsoka Tano. I don't know if Ahsoka is the best character in Star Wars, but she's pretty fucking delightful. I love that her whole character arc manages to skip out of the original trilogy because she's not in it, but like she's doing all this other shit. And then when technically when we see her again, it's it's actually it's when we see her again, it's Mandalorian, and then we're going to see her again in her own show, Ahsoka. And I'm super excited for Ahsoka. I'm like, I can't even tell you. I can't even tell you how excited I am for that show. I think it's gonna be amazing. I hope that they're not milk toast with it, man. I hope that like this is the okay. If Andor was the show that I wanted to see that was street level shit with no Jedi and whatever, I want to see fucking force shit in this episode, in this series. I want to see Ahsoka like throw a Star Destroyer or some shit, you know, and like I just want to see her get down.
Yo, if Ahsoka throws a Star Destroyer, that is gonna be clipped all over the place. You're gonna see that all over social media,
right? But then of course everybody's gonna forget that they played a video game not long ago called The Force Unleashed, where you, as the main character, rip a Star Destroyer out of the sky. See, that's the we going back to, you know, people were talking about they didn't like the Mary Poppins Leia or whatever. People call her Mary Poppins Leia, and she flew in space. You guys, there is canonical evidence for force stasis, which is what she used to stay alive. And then when she's flying through space, she's not flying. She's force pulling herself to the fucking door. And none of that, like, I heard people in my theater laughing, and I thought I genuinely thought it was a beautiful moment. And everybody was laughing at it. It was like, she's not flying, you fucking neophytes. She's using the force to pull herself back to the thing. And she's using force stasis to stay alive in space, which is something that Luke Skywalker did in the novels before, you know, Disney killed them all. But regardless, whatever. She's Mary Poppins, y'all.
Keith are just kidding. But
Mark Koritz, Ahsoka's a big damn deal. This is the Bible, guys. Come on. And lo, she spake unto them.
That's pretty good.
My Mary Poppins, y'all.
I love that so much. Okay, so
is it question time? Is that what happened?
It is question time, and thank you again for breaking that all down. I could not
wait, real quick before we move on from the tier list. Show it again so we can talk. So we can
to recap. Yeah. Okay.
Final thing.
Give me just a second. I just wanted to save the I wanted to save the image, but I guess I can do it here. This is fine. So for S tier, we have Empire, easy. Visions, which is kind of surprised me a little bit. Andor, The Mandalorian, and Bad Batch. For A tier, we have Jedi, which I completely agree with. A New Hope, episode 4. Which one was this one? Oh, episode 8.
The Last Jedi.
Yeah,
it's episode 8.
So you have Clone Wars, the TV series, and Tale of the Jedi. For the B tier, I'm pretty good with. I mean, I might have moved Rise of the Sith down to C, but it was a pretty solid movie to be fair. It was like it was very.
Oh, you're talking about Revenge of the Sith?
Revenge of the Sith. What did I say? Rise of the
I
Sith?
put it up there honestly because it shoves everybody into their places for episode 4, and the last 30 minutes of that movie are S tier Star Wars. So because the back end of it is
the last
S tier, and
so
the rest
good.
of it's like meh.
Yeah,
it gets the good.
Yeah,
you know.
But you got to give him credit for that last half hour. Like it was pretty, like everything coming together in that final half hour. Like I actually, even, you know, not as big a fan as you would be of Star Wars, I still felt like that was pretty sweet. And then Force Awakens, solid. Solo, solid. C tier. This is where it gets interesting. So you have Attack of the Clones, and then you have
Resistance,
Obi-Wan, and Clone Wars the movie.
Yeah.
The D tier, I think, is a fairly decent consensus. Boba Fett. And definitely, like I think it was kind of laborious watching most of that. To be honest with you.
Yeah. That is the best way. That is the best way you could put it. It was laborious to watch Boba Fett.
Yeah.
Because it, like, I wanted to like it so. It's Boba Fett. They gave Boba Fett his own show. They put fucking Black Chrysanthemum in it, and Fennec Shan's an amazing character, and they put fucking Cad Bane Cad Bane was in fucking Book of Boba Fett. For you guys that don't know, Cad Bane was huge in the Clone Wars TV show. He was an amazing bounty hunter, super, like, always outsmarting people. And he had the big duster on, and he spoke like he smoked a lot of cigarettes. He was great, dude. Fucking Cad Bane was the shit. And they put him in Book of Boba Fett. It was like, yeah. And the next episode, he died, and I went, no, what? Come on. I would say, normally I would say spoiler alert,
Yeah.
but I don't say spoiler alert for legit stupid writing decisions. So I'm sorry, that's what you get.
All right, let's roll through. And then the final categories, Bantha, and I think this is where we put 9, and then Ahsoka, which nobody's seen yet.
I'm fairly certain Ahsoka will be on the A tier. That's my. Oh, by the way, S tier also contains Rogue One because we didn't, for whatever, we have a.
Yeah,
we didn't have a thumbnail for that.
This isn't on here either. I mean, I know I grabbed these from tiermaker.com, so they're not always going to be complete. And that's a big miss. I'm like, it isn't like Rogue One came out like a year ago. It's been out for like 5 years. Like, what?
Yeah.
Like, what
yeah,
the
that movie's
hell?
5 years old now.
Right? Like, it's just like, that is just ridiculous. Anyway, thank you very much for your contributions, Pete, to that tier list. I'm going to try to save this at some point. I haven't, I will work on that. Rogue One predates Andor. Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. Because Andor only came out like a year ago, so.
Not chronologically.
Well, no. It's like almost the same time chronologically, right? Like, it's like, but anyway, let me just get this rolling. Okay, so now, friends, thank you so much for waiting, everybody. Now, we are excited to bring you the moment you've all been waiting for, in addition to the sandwiches and the Star Wars rankings and the... Oh, we didn't even do the trivia yet. Well, let's see if we have time for that later. We'll work on that.
Yeah, we can do the trivia after the questions.
I'm going to get some questions first. So, no, folks, it is once again time for America's favorite moment in Twitch broadcasting.
Do the dance. It's time for random questions. Good stuff. Ask us anything.
All right, everybody. You know the drill. Exclamation point question followed by your question. I hope E-Flat's still in our chat. Yeah, we're doing the dance. Let's go. Let's go. Woohoo. So,
whoa, there's a bit goal tonight?
There is a bit goal.
If 5,000 bit goal, I pick a Bork karaoke.
Yeah, I know you're a fan of the genre. So I'd love to give you an opportunity.
I love it.
So I'll give you the chance to pick a song. If we have time, we can even do it on the... Otherwise, I can just record it and do it in socials. So that is our big one. Thank you, Jeff.
Nice.
Glad you like that. So yeah, I mean, that's just threw that out there just for fun. So if anybody wants to meet that 5K,
I love it.
Yeah. Rain says, I only know Rogue One released because an independent musician wrote a song inspired by it. Well, that's serious.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, now I want to hear that song now.
For sure.
Rogue One is the shit. Things that it inspires are probably also awesome.
Oh my
Special K.
gosh, Special K. No, Special K. I didn't want to leave out your comment about. Did you get to the point where you thought that I'm going to go up and read this. Thank you for the 500 bits, Special K. Very nice of you. Thank you so much. I just did my workout. Come back and still not done with Star Wars. Did we talk about how Andor was great and Mando was meh? See, I don't agree with that. I think Mando was great.
I don't either. Kristen cannot be objective. She only watched the first episode, and she agrees with Tim that Monster of the Week is stupid. And y'all forgot that it's supposed to be like a Western, like Gunsmoke, which is awesome. So boo on them. They do not get it. That's what I said, Special K. You watched the first season. You watched the first season and said, no, I don't want it. I don't want it. And it's like, you should have wanted it because season 2 was amazeballs. Season 2 was great. Season 2 was probably the best season of the show.
I
season
completely
3
agree.
is really, really good, but season 2 was fucking
Season
awesome.
2 fantastic, absolutely. Yeah, so your bet goal's in place, and we're also taking donos if you want them, but don't worry about the donos as much. But that Fat K bet goal is going to be pretty sweet. So let's go to the questions. Keither37 with the first question in the queue. Other than DSB, which is short for Don't Stop Believin', a Journey song that came out in 1981.
I've poo-pooed this question already.
What is your least favorite song to play that you actually secretly love?
Wait, read that again.
What is your least favorite song to play in addition, other than DSP, that you actually secretly love?
Piano Man, honestly.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, it's a good call.
I do love that song. I truly do. Like, you know, a lot of people will say that they don't like Don't Stop Believing because it's overplayed. I don't like Don't Stop Believing because it's derivative and stupid and the words don't mean anything. My shit about, like, I've said it a million times on my show. My hatred of Don't Stop Believing goes beyond how many times I've played it, because I don't hate Margaritaville like that. I don't hate Great Balls of Fire like that. I don't hate Piano Man like that. Something else about Don't Stop Believing. It's a crappy tune. It's crappy. But yes, Caffeine. I've seen that. The alternate canon that Piano Man was about a gay bar.
That's actually kind of hilarious. I think Laura brought that up.
It tracks.
It really
if you sing it in just the right way. It tracks. It could be. Because all the patrons are male.
Yeah. That guy that never had time for a wife. Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Yep. He's talking with Davey, who's still in the Navy. Right.
A lot of moving parts there, right, everybody? So,
oh yeah, no. Yeah. Like I said, the whole theory tracks. And it could be, and I still wouldn't care. I love that song. I really do love that song.
That would actually make the song better, even in a lot of ways. But anyway,
right.
So actually, the piano bar was actually in West Hollywood. You didn't know at the time. But anyway, do you have another song? It's you, Piano Man. Okay, so Piano Man is interesting. I feel that vibe.
That's my final answer.
Very good. Keith, thank you for the question. Let's get on to the Muppet Stooges fans question. Jack, it's good to see you. Mind blown.
Right?
E-flat says it goes up. And Rain says the Catalyst by Aviators. I've never heard that one.
Oh, that's the song. That's the you Loden went and found the song that the
it's inspired by Rogue One.
That the Rogue One is about.
Oh, cool. Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, I'll look that up. Loden. And in fact, I'm gonna.
Rothgar says, speaking of Navy, the Navy by Village People is not slow at all. Nothing by the Village People is slow. Like San Francisco, YMCA. I was here for it though. It was really good.
Found it. Cool. I'll be listening to that later. Thank you, Loden. Appreciate you.
I would love to hear it. I might be a little concerned about DMCA strikes if I were to play it on the stream, but I'll check it out. Feel free to put it in our Discord though, you Loden. Let me give you the link because I'd love for our audience to check it out as well, and I will definitely do the same. So here we are. Thanks for hanging out with us. Okay, so Muppets question. Both the original sets of Cheers and All in the Family are going up for auction. If you had the cash, would you buy the bunker living room or the Cheers bar?
Cheers bar. I spent a bunch of time in the bunker living room. It was called my grandparents' house. I would,
right.
As much as I love my grandparents, I think I'd rather own the Cheers bar.
That's a very good answer.
Cheers bar.
Yeah.
I want to come down the stairs and I want people to go, Norm, even though my name's Pete.
It's a pretty iconic spot. Yeah. If you were to ask me to pick one, I would absolutely take the Cheers bar. It's a pretty cool spot. Yeah.
Let's put it this way. I have more fond memories about Cheers than I do about All in the Family.
Which is fair. It's fair. It's completely fair. You know, for a number of reasons, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I'm going to say this. Now, the question was if you had the cash, would you buy it? I would not, because I feel like I just want to visit it one time and kind of enjoy it. I mean, kind of, I don't know if I want to keep it. You know what I mean? But given if you said you have to buy one, then it's absolutely going to be the Cheers bar. Now, Pete, if you buy it, that's even great. That's even better because I can just go over and visit you guys and then I can go check it out.
Are you kidding me? If I buy it, that's what we're turning the stream room into.
Nice.
Stream from the Cheers bar. So when I play the song at the end of the show,
yeah,
it will mean a lot.
It would be so meta. It would be so good.
It would be. It'd be great.
So meta.
Great.
I love that idea. Muppets, thank you. That's a great idea, by the way. Oh, man.
Right?
So good. Let's see. So, you Loden question. Your question aside, I will look up the name of the song. Oh, which he did. Yo Loden did look up the song.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
Catalyst by the Aviators.
Sweet. Thank you for doing that, Rain. I appreciate that. Oh, Brett, what's going on? What's going on, Brett? Nice to see you. Let me give Brett a shout out. I want to remind everybody here in our chat room to go follow Brettington Frothing Slosh because he's good people. He's a great supporter of this program and has a pretty cool podcast, which just ranked fast food restaurants. And I will tell you,
Brettington Frothing Slosh.
yeah.
I love that name.
Now-
I love that name. That's apparently Slarty Bard Foster's cousins.
I love that. Probably right. So next question from Rothgar. If Sisyphus was ahead of you at the gym, would you wait for him to finish his reps to use the equipment, or would you go home because he never finishes? Wow.
Okay, so number one, I respect the mythology game. Number two, Special K was right. I wouldn't be at the gym.
That's honestly the best answer to that question. What would you be doing at the gym anyway?
Special K is right. I wouldn't be at the gym. Fucking that. He could never finish. I'd still eat fucking Cheetos.
So thank you for remembering the question. That was really great.
Sincerely, fat bastard.
Says it hurts or he doesn't do it. Loden says, yeah, I was just following your directions. Well,
It
thank you.
hurts the next day, Special K, not while I'm doing it. I'm not a total wuss. I can lift weights. I just don't want to because I know how I'm going to feel in 24 hours. Your body's going to go, hey, dumbass, stop that.
Cases suck it up.
She always does. Literally, it's all the time. She looks at me with this knowing smile. She looks at me sitting on the couch watching YouTube, and she goes, I'm going to go out to run. I'm like, yep.
That's great. But thank you very much for following up on that, Loden. And that's really, I'm actually really excited to see what that's
right, Jack.
All right.
Pom is down with the ladies.
Pom Pom. Nice. Even
From he's the big round yellow thing from Homestar Runner. Like he looks like a balloon and makes balloon noises as he bounces.
Right. I love it. Okay.
Hello, Pom Pom.
So here's Ryan's question. I love this. E flat. I hope you're in our chat tonight as you put this in, because I'm very curious to hear your response too, Pete. The question is, Pete, have you ever had a surprise encounter with a Twitch viewer? So the keyword is surprise. Have you ever had a surprise encounter with a Twitch viewer in real life?
No. I can say no because everyone that I've met so far, I knew I was going to meet. When we went out to TwitchCon, obviously, and met you and Rahomo and Jason, and that's where we met. God, who else did we meet out there? So many people. Where we met Arslan, we met. God, so many cats. But yeah, Ryan is asking because he's in your driveway.
So good, Jeff. I appreciate that.
Come on up, Ryan. Come on up. So yeah, everybody that I met was somebody I knew I was going to meet. When Caffeine came to see Thurston Howell play at Falls Church, like he came and sat with me at dinner, I knew I was going to meet him. Muppet Stooges fan says that the Atlanta Maddie Danny the Hamilton collab stream, I knew that was going to happen. We met Keith, I met Keither in Florida. I knew that was going to happen too. He had reached out to me and said, "Where are you going to be? Would you like to hang out?" I suppose the surprise would be having not met Keither in real life yet, and then meeting him that night and having a really good, awesome time with him. We all went to a Mark Cord show. Mark Cord was playing dueling pianos, and so me and my buddy Corey went, and Keither met us out there. So it was the three of us watching Marked Chords. It was super awesome, cool meeting of the Twitch Venn diagram or whatever. I don't know. It was just super cool.
That is pretty cool. Like, so basically, I know, isn't that great?
Brett, I plan on meeting Davey in a dark alley when he least expected to discuss his disrespect.
Okay, so Pete, you missed that a few weeks ago. Oh my gosh, I don't need. It would take too long to explain, but basically, it's a long story. But Brett and I are trying. I'm trying to make up for that. I forgot the. I don't even know how to explain it. Brett might have a better explanation than I would, but we were doing karaoke, right? And so I I said follow the people in the title except for Brett because Brett's name wasn't in the title, but that was interpreted as don't follow Brettington. That's not what I meant. And then it just went, the entire stream spiraled out of control that night.
To discuss his disrespect.
It's gonna be a long road to get his to get.
Oh, that's
his...
beautiful. That is beautiful. Yeah, Caffeine says he got to see Human Juke in DC and he hosted Matt Walden.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
pretty cool.
Yep.
Oh, Special K, have a great night. Kay, thank you so much for hanging out with us. May the odds
Good
be ever
night,
in your
Special
favor to
K.
keep you.
I love you.
It's so good to see you. By the way, Kay was awesome on our show too. So if you want to check that VOD out, it's
Yeah,
over.
she was.
So
Oh,
good.
that spot was great.
Yeah.
That spot was great.
Brett said the anniversary show. He didn't know I left for half hour. Oh no, that's actually a true story. I literally did. I'll never live any of that down. I'm so sorry, Brett. Oh my god. Because what happened? I took a break. I had to go get food, and then Brett left during the break, and then I came back. I didn't. It took me 30 years to figure he was gone. So bad. I'm terrible. I'm so sorry. Oh god. But anyway,
Just the disrespect he wants to discuss is becoming more and more clear, Davey.
yeah, I hear it. But I do want to answer EFOT's question too, because even though I was at TwitchCon, there were a couple people I was completely unprepared to meet. So one was Science Streams. I didn't even know he was there. I had no idea. Like
Who?
Like Carlos' friend Science Streams. Like he does the.
Oh yeah.
He's a great
Yeah.
channel. Like he just partner and everything. But I'm like, wow, he was really nice. Like it was really great to meet him there. That was awesome. And then there were a couple other people I think I wasn't. Oh, Jane Rio was like, I didn't think I was gonna meet Jane Rio during this trip, and then Jane was just in the street, and I was just hanging.
Yeah.
That was great. Like
that's no, sorry, different person. I was thinking, I was like Joyce Lee. No, that's a different person entirely.
Oh, okay.
She was the girl. I believe she is Jory Abner's girlfriend now, but they both stream on Twitch, and they were hanging out together when we were.
They were hanging out together. Yep. That at that time they were. Yep. Yeah. I actually saw Joyce over the weekend too, which is really cool. So. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Joyce is very involved
did
in
you?
Twitch community. That's an interesting way to position that. Yes. Yeah.
What, Davey? You're a catch. You're a cutie pie.
I appreciate. But yeah. But just to answer the question, yeah, it was actually a couple people like I didn't realize were there, and then they were there. You know the bigger one, Rita Glitch. Do you know who Rita Glitch is?
I do not.
I don't completely know who Rita Glitch is. I think she does karaoke, but she's got like
Rita Glitch.
yeah. So she's like a karaoke.
I'm not familiar.
Either a variety streamer or karaoke streamer. And so like you had a few people at the cap, around TwitchCon who were just kind of going around with their phone and the selfie stick, just like doing streams, right? Well, she's like one of the ones that were doing streams. I'm like, oh hi, what's your name? Oh, I'm Rita Glitch. I'm like, oh my god, Rita Glitch. I'm like, I had no idea like that was who that was. Like it was really funny. But King says I have to check.
Oh, now that I'm thinking about it, I there were a couple surprises at TwitchCon. I totally forgot about this. I met Tyler Lev's music.
Yeah.
He's somebody that like we had rated back and forth back when when the Bards first started doing Twitch and stuff. And I've always been a fan of his music. I love the way he sounds. I love the way he plays. Like he's a real cat. And I actually got to meet him at the Twitch Music Symposium where the people who run Twitch Music were doing a thing in the like lounge area corner. I don't know if you were there or not. But yeah, they were doing a Twitch Music Symposium and Tyler Levs was there. And I was like, hey man, he goes, hey, you're Pete, you're Brookstone Bards. And I was like, oh shit. Yeah, you're Tyler Levs. And we had that whole thing. And then at Megan Lennius's party, because we got invited to go to her the party the rooftop party that she was throwing
Oh, it was good.
off the grounds.
Yeah.
We went to that. Oh my god, that party was fire. That party was fire. We had such a good time at that thing and such good music. We got there and I can't remember who was on at the time, but then Megan Lennius went on and she fucking killed it. I met D-Tune, the guy that won Twitch Vision. I met him at that party. And I was like, holy fuck, and he goes, you're the guy that wrote that Man I Used to Be, that ballad. Because he was like, man, I love that song. I can't believe it didn't win. What he said to me. I was like, wow, that's super nice. Here, go listen to my record.
I love that so much, Pete. Well, it's cool that people are recognizing you for your tunes, though. That's really great. Like,
that's kind of wild. That's kind of wild.
Yeah.
I always wanted that to happen when I was in my 20s and 30s. And
Yeah.
now I'm like approaching 50 and it's happening now. It's like, the fuck?
I feel that,
I'm
Pete.
the old guy. I'm the old guy now,
It's too bad Twitch wasn't. I mean, Twitch was around when we were in our 30s and 20s, but you know what I mean. Like, it wasn't what it is today.
Well, it was around when you were in your 30s.
Yeah. Okay. This is true. That's true. That is true. But at any rate, I like the question, the comment from King. I have to chase off ladies here with a stick whenever they come by to visit Davey in his stream. Oh my god.
Yeah, see? See, Davey? Old guy wins favors. The U.S. Tour coming 2020.
Love that, King. Shout out, King Downbreaker. Follow our good friend King. It's good to see you, King.
Oh, yeah, King.
It's a good friend of ours. So Justin Nevlin with a question. The question is, what is your favorite and least favorite part about streaming on Twitch?
Okay, so my favorite part overwhelmingly is the fact that a bunch of cool people show up to watch me do my dumb shit. That's the coolest part. Like, I've managed to create a community where people come back and watch me do the music stuff. I mean, I get, when I work in a dueling piano bar and everybody's coming in the door, they want to watch some dueling pianos. They don't care who I am. They just want to go, whoa, we're halfway there. Sing it. Whoa. They want to do that. They don't care who I am. Here on Twitch, like, people genuinely care who we are. Yeah, repeat consumers, King. Exactly.
Yeah, I love that.
But yeah, that's like the fact that enough people come to see my thing, enough that I got affiliate, and that people give their hard-earned money to help make sure I keep doing this thing that they like. And that is an amazing give and take. And it's not something that I really experience in any of my other musical endeavors, man. Even Abcab, they're not coming to see me. They're going to see Abcab. When they go to see Thurston Howell, they're not coming to see me. They're going to see Thurston Howell. On my Twitch show, people are coming to see me. And well, actually, sorry, I should amend that. People are coming to see Special K and talk to Giblet and see Tim sometimes. And then I just happen to be in the room. That's the reality of it.
It is really a fun experience. And I think one thing I wanted to mention before we continue is, like, the chemistry between the four of you is a big reason why we love hanging out with you all. Like, it's been really great to see that. And it's not nothing, honestly. Like, it's not everybody has that kind of fortune. And so
I know it is super special to have that kind of familial relationship with the couple that lives next door.
Yeah.
Like, they live over there. And we hang out all the time, and they help me do the show. Like, that's a big deal, man. It's cool, and that really does mean something. And we hope anyway that comes through, that camaraderie and all the ball busting and all that stuff. We hope that comes through in something that people want to watch and enjoy and be a part of. And our community, I feel like, is small enough that everybody that comes to the show eventually gets to know each other.
Yep.
And a lot of you guys, a lot of people that come to my show also show up en masse in other people's streams. And I get that. I totally know that, you know, the incestuous nature of certain streamers' audiences. But the fact that I keep seeing the same names, I keep seeing the same people come back time after time. And it's like, hey, old friend, you know, it's at this point, it's like, I feel like I know some of y'all, you know, like, regardless of whether I met you in real life or not. I feel like I know Croaker Music. I feel like I know Mark Garganis. I feel like I met Rahomo and you and Jason, so you don't really count. But
no, you have genuinely met all of us.
Make sure someone clips that out so it can be used against me later. But you know, when people show up in chat, it's like, that's really neat. That's the cool thing to me. That's what I like, is coming on. And it's like I'm sitting down with a room full of good friends. That's what it feels like. I don't, you know, when strangers come in, every stranger that comes to my show gets the benefit of the doubt immediately from my chat until you start acting dumb. When you start acting dumb, I might ban you. You know, I don't need that kind of bullshit in my stream.
Yeah, I
want people to come and have a good time. But if you're coming there solely to disrupt the good time that everyone's having, you'll be shown the door, much like in real life when you go to bars.
Very much so.
That. They show you the fucking door, man.
Absolutely. Let's catch up on a few things in the chat. E-Flat said, as far as the conversation about women and Davey, Davey's eating is a manwich. Manwich was a good. Wait, was that the thing that they made out like the Sloppy Joe brand, like the can? Like, wasn't that manwich? Oh,
yeah, there's manwich. Yeah, Sloppy Joe in a can. Yep.
Just consider me Sloppy Joe, my friends. You know. Oh wait, that's a weird segue. But Lime, thank you for
Joe.
Sloppy Joes are good though.
Joe.
Oh, I do. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's just unlocked in a repressed memory. What the hell was that? A song? Was that like a?
Yeah, it's Lunch Lady Land by Adam Sandler.
Oh yeah.
Come on, Davey. What the hell?
That, you know, can we our friend Dr. Nice? I miss him. Like
I miss Dr. Nice too. I do talk to him every once in a while. Yeah. He is on the live music tip.
Yep.
Like a motherfucker right now, dude. He plays all over the place.
No, I'm happy for him.
He plays all over the place.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing well. He's doing great. I still follow him on Instagram. So Dr. Nice, good stuff. Lime, thank you for the 100 bits. So.
I have his hat.
It's a cool hat.
We have a Dr. Nice hat.
Yeah, I remember the hat. I always remembered like when you all had a tradition of like going to the backyard to watch the Dr. Nice stream on Sundays. I think that was I remember that being a thing for a bit.
Yeah, it was when he would cover records, and then he covered one of my records, and it was like, holy fuck, are you really covering one of my records? This is crazy. And then he did it, and I was like, that's legit the nicest thing anybody's ever done is cover my record. Like, what? And he did a really good job too. Like, it was really good. I gave him the charts and stuff. He asked me if it was cool, and I said, yeah, do you want some help? So I gave him the charts.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, I said, now it's on you to listen to the recording and compare it to these charts and go, oh, this is how this goes.
I love it.
Hey, welcome, Raiders.
Speaking of friends, look at this. Look at all these cool friends that joined us, Pete. Oh, my goodness.
C-Dub, parachuting in. Play it.
Let's do it. Sing along, everybody. I predict a riot.
I predict a riot.
I predict a riot.
I predict a riot.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. Yes. Thank you so much.
I got to sing it. I got to sing I Predict a Riot on the Davey Show. Yay.
Oh, that's awesome, Pete. Thank you so much for singing.
C-Dub in the house.
What's up, C-Dub? What's up, Jamie Salpum, Soggy Sander, James, Pam. Pam's such a fun person, too. C-Dub's a great guy, great streamer, great guitarist.
He was so much fun to hang out with.
Yeah.
At TwitchCon, dude. C-Dub's a fucking real cat.
Absolutely. Friends from C-Dub, I want to introduce myself again to a lot of you. I am Davey. I am a variety streamer in Los Angeles, and I do a lot of things on stream. I play music, I do interviews, I taste food, and sometimes I'm doing all of those things. Like tonight, we have our good friend Pete from Brookstone Bards joining us tonight for a one-on-one conversation. Pete, so great to have you back. Oh
shit, Steven friend.
Steven! I was knowing that. I was knowing the bean, but actually, I owe y'all 2 beans. To be honest with you, go follow our friend C-Dub Guitar. Thank you for the 20-month resub. My goodness, thank you so much. Do we have a hype train? Is the hype train underway? I can't even see
Davey,
this.
are you wearing a Boba Fett shirt?
I am. Let's go.
Oh, let's go.
OG Boba Fett. Isn't that cool?
Let's go.
Yo! Yeah, this is a great shirt. It's a great shirt. Thank you so much, everybody. I can't tell if we're in a hype train or not at this moment because
We are. It's halfway
Oh, okay.
across level 2.
So that means we gotta do one of these. Yeah, hype train. All right. Holy crap, we got all these redeems right now.
Train, I love it.
This is great. Okay. All right, hold on. All right, I got you, Keither. This is okay. This all sorts of shit has happened right now. I gotta get to your questions.
Steam and Friend is kicking the door open and throwing all kinds of subs.
Steamin', thank you so much. I know it was really great to raid you last night. Velveeta! Oh, jeez. Velveeta! Oh, it's so loud! Oh, my God! Let's try that loud. Not so loud. Velveeta! There we go. I got this from TwitchCon. Look at that. Thank you so much, Keither. Okay, Bean Boozled. Okay.
Did you get that from one of those, like, side vendor things?
I did. It was
Or
like the
did you get it out
kiosk
of a
thing.
machine?
It's amazing. Okay, so 2 more things. Okay, so this is the raid bean for C-Dub's raid. Thank you for the raid, C-Dub. Ooh, banana!
Oh, yay.
Let's
You
go!
didn't get a
Got a
bad
good one. You actually root for the good ones, Pete? I didn't know that. That's great.
Huh?
Like, not too many people, very few people in our community root for the good beans, so thank you.
Oh, yeah, no. Whenever I see people eat the bad beans, I mean, let's be honest, I do always laugh because that shit's funny.
You
But
should.
I always think to myself, what if my people bought me those, and would I have the gut strength to take a bean that tasted like vomit? No is the correct answer. Like, so when I see that, when I see people get like the bad bean, it makes me sad for you.
Aw,
I
thank you.
genuinely do. Like, I mean, I laugh because it's funny to watch you go. Like, I think that's funny. But then when you're done, I'm like, aw, you got the bad one.
I'm good with that. So let's see what we got tonight for beans. So tonight's entry. Thank you for the who did that? Oh, Muppet Stooges fan. Thank you for the redeem, Muppets. So here it is. This is either going to be buttered popcorn.
Looks like a Yoshi egg.
It does. That yellow Yoshi egg, right? Yeah. This is either rotten egg or buttered popcorn. Let's see which one it is. Of course.
Bum, 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 bum,
Yeah, exactly. That was actually a good segue to Keither's question coming up. Really good segue. So there you are. Thank you so much for the redeem.
Okay, so Steeman's got Get Something From Your Room.
Okay.
C-Dub's got Boom Roasted, and Kingbreaker redeemed Hydrate. Can you work those all into one
I
redeem?
think we can. I think we got this. So
Get the water from your room.
well, I got water.
Look, I got the water.
This is for King. Okay, so this is what I got from the room. So I actually got this music stand right here today because I wanted to put like actual sheet music up here so I could actually read it and learn music this way.
Dig it.
Smart. But it's actually really kind of cool because you can put your iPad here if you need to read chord sheets. So I can put that here.
Yes, you can.
Boom. There you go. Now you have like you have a really tricked out setup, Pete. Like you got like stands and you got like arms and stuff for all the iPads and everything. So I always thought that was really cool.
Well, a lot of the stuff that made it into this stream room was stuff I already had. I'm sorry, I'm being impolite. Stuff I already had for being in bands. Malays mic stands. Like,
okay.
If I didn't already have it, I knew what I needed to buy. You know.
So I'm just showing Pete. This is like a package of like clips that you can use for sheet music. You can clip it onto that stand that I mentioned. Pretty neat.
Or I mean, I would use them for chip clips, but cool.
Actually, a very solid, clever secondary usage. In fact, this one for particular, this is made for chips.
That's goddamn right.
Right?
That is for the Tostinos party pack. Right there.
Exactly. I love that. Thank you for the hype train, everybody. Gosh, look at all the bits we've had. Thank you so much. I'm going to thank all the people for the bits. So, Steeman, thank you.
Good night, Rothgar.
Rothgar, have a good one. It's always good to hang out with you, Rothgar. We had some great comments from you in the chat tonight, too. C-Dub, thank you for the 21.
Oh, yeah.
3.
Did we get to all Hrothgar's questions? I didn't know if he had another one.
Oh,
that he
shoot.
needed to
Hrothgar.
ask before he gets
Is
out
there
of
an Hrothgar question? I don't see one in the queue, but if
Okay.
you do have another question, toss it in there, Hrothgar. I'd love to. Lord Vitave, good to see you again. And the bean is banana, B-A-N-A-N-A-S. Yep. I'm a bad bean rooter. I love it, C-Dub. Own it. Dig it. No worries. May 4th, long weekend. Maybe late tomorrow. Have a great rest of the stream. Absolutely, Hrothgar. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. I appreciate all your comments. So the Velveeta, we did get something from the room. We got a boom roasted for C-Dub. All right, C-Dub.
Oh, yeah. He said, I haven't been roasted yet.
Okay.
You've been roasted by being ignored.
Oh no, Brett! How true that comment.
That's right. Fuck you, buddy.
You know what, C-Dub? Let me tell you, you are so Wisconsin. I mean, you are amazingly nice and really, really warm and loving and a really cool and really great team player. And you're really great on all the karaoke streams. You're the best. And I hope you had a great stream, and thanks for being a continued part of our community. 20 months is a really long time, so thank you so much for your continued support of the Sandwich Show.
Wait, I feel like maybe I've not seen you roast somebody. Is your roasting just positive affirmation?
Literally, boom roasted,
Okay.
And you have to add boom roasted at the end. That's how it's
Boom
roasted.
roasted.
Boom roasted. So there you go.
Boom, pregnant.
Okay, I think we're almost caught up. We got one more. We have starting lineup, and we do have to do the Billy Joel trivia. Gosh, we have so many things to do.
Yeah, and we still got some
We've got
more
all these
questions in the queue, I
questions.
think, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Let's quickly
do some
this.
rifle questions.
All right.
Well, no, you should do the starting lineup.
We'll do lineup quickly. Okay, folks. Alistair, it's good to see you. Oh hell, he still needs lessons from his nephew and me. Yeah, I know. You're right. Okay. Starting lineup, everybody. So, put your exclamation point question. I'm sorry. Exclamation point lineup.
Get it together,
and we'll read you. I know this is falling
Get it
apart.
together, Davey.
This is falling apart. And we'll read your name out. Starting basketball.
Hypnotizing thing from Get Out.
Ooh, that's a nice bell. Nice bell. Okay, folks, here we go. It's gonna be a quick lineup tonight. We do have all these questions. I don't want anyone to feel left out. So here we go. Get in the lineup, everybody. Let's do it. Yeah. Let's go. Thank you, everybody. All right. Let's go. My boom melted. And now, the starting lineup for your Davey's Eating a Sandwich in Brookstone Bards Sandwich Show Chat! First, leading off tonight, our collab guest this evening. You know him as a dueling piano player and the frontman for Abcab, the music of Genesis, and the Thurston Howell band, and one half of Art and Pete. Let's get Pete from the Brookstone Bards! Hook it up! Nice. And now we read out the rest of the lineup for our chat tonight. Leading off in the chat, we say hello to our good friend, a big fan of trivia from Central Florida, Keither 37. And next in our lineup, our friend is here to moderate. I dig it. Reporting to us from the great states of New England, home of the tree and the chowder and the squirrels and the hikes and the Boston Bruins and the Boston Red Sox and the Celtics and the Patriots. Our friend Jamie, just dial 888-8888. Next in our lineup, representing the great college town of Madison, Wisconsin, a good friend of the Sandwich Show for almost the entirety of the 2 seasons we've been on so far, our friend C-Dub Couture! And from North Carolina, the master of perfect pitch and just the proud owner of a new digital drum kit, our good friend Ryan, that flat guy. And next, representing the great college town of Austin, Texas, tucked away in grilled cheese corner, King of the D, King Dambreaker.
King of the D.
That's his name. I love it. I love it. And don't you forget about our next guest, painfully wronged by Davey in the last 2 weeks. Davey's trying to make up the ground. But let's give it up for our good friend and the host of the PGC Universe podcast and a variety streamer here on Twitch as well. Big fan of the big supporter of the sandwich community. Our friend Breddington Frothing Slush.
Disrespect.
Disrespect. Oh my God. And next in our lineup, hanging out with us, also from the Boston area. He's an old soul, and he's a great friend of ours here in the Sam Fam. Our friend Muppet Stooges Fan. Whoa! Let's go! And joining us from Cheerio, all the way across the pond in England, let's give it up for our good friend, a internet radio veteran DJ, and a great friend, been here for such a long time here in the Sam Fam, our good friend Alistair Yuku. And next in our lineup, our friend does not have a frown on his face. Let's hear it for our good friend Smiles 2 for Life. And joining us from the Great White North, by way of the great metropolitan area of Toronto, come to Papa for our friend BJME. And next in our lineup, oh my gosh, this is a crazy lineup. Next in our lineup from the Pacific Northwest, I believe, a good friend of the Jeff community, Justin Neville, that is. He's not my J-Man or their J-Man, he's your J-Man! And next in our lineup, it's time for something completely different. Let's hear it for our friend Monty Python 32!
Gotta represent.
Love it. Rain says 5 hours later, the stream is still going because there's so much. Thank you for hanging out with us. And now joining us, a really good friend of our program. She does karaoke on her channel as long as the games on Nintendo Switch. A friend of the Jukesters community in Kenny's Prog Rock Jukebox. A friend of the Bard community. A friend of the Sandwich Show. A friend all throughout Twitch. Let's give it up for Jams with Pam. And next in our lineup, our good friends from what the portal for which I found all of the magic of Twitch. They're an incredible dueling piano pair. They're now engaged and about to be married any moment now. Let's give it up for our friends from the home of chaos, cats, and musical whiplash, Justin and Evelyn. Love it. And now, let's see. Just checking for any more persons in the lineup. I believe that's it. Ladies, gentlemen, and non-binaries, your Davies eating a sandwich in Brookstone Bards Sandwich Show Chat! Woo! I kind of overstated the any moment now part. Sorry. Oh my gosh. I was in a roll. Any moment now? Is an efficient about to pounce on us?
Yes.
Yes, exactly.
Evelyn, he's hiding behind your couch. You need to sweep back there more.
Yeah. And King mentions that voice unmuted started that shit. The King of the D. Many wonder if she knows what she is saying. I love that. Big fish.
Voice unmuted started that shit. The King of D. Many wonder if she knows what she's saying.
Love that. Katie's great.
Oh, it's Katie, so no.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Exactly.
I mean, she's like 19, so we're going to say no.
I dig it. Okay, let's get back to our questions. So we have some further questions. So now, what's the least favorite part about streaming on Twitch? Just out of interest from our friend Justin Evelyn.
I feel like my least favorite part about Twitch is something I shouldn't say publicly.
Okay, we don't have to get into that. Keep this thing.
No, I think my least favorite thing about Twitch is the uncertainty of why the channel isn't growing. And that's not like there's no way to really say this without sounding like you're being petty. And I swear I'm not. I love coming on and hanging out with you guys and doing music. I really, really do. But we seem to be kind of hovering at the same viewer count that we have been for a really long time. And I've seen, obviously you watch Twitch and you watch other people that started around the same time as you, and their growth is exponential, and certainly that doesn't make me jealous or anything like that. I wish my friends on Twitch nothing but success. I really do. I want to see that. But at the same time, it's like, it's my least favorite part because it immediately makes you question, well, what aren't you doing right? Do you start going, do I not sing good? Do I not know enough songs? Like, feel like, I have a hunch, and you start questioning what you're doing. And it takes a moment to shake yourself out of that. It takes a moment to go, you know what? Fuck all that. No, I don't care about seeing that number go up. I don't care about being partner. I just want to play the show to my people, So it takes a second to break you out of that second guessing or whatever. Cause it's like, you get wrapped up in, is there anything that I'm doing wrong or something that I could be doing better or anything like that? But then to break myself out of it, I remember, well, like music literally is my livelihood. Like if I wasn't good at it, I wouldn't be getting paid to fucking do it year after year, gig after gig after gig after gig. And it's never a position where I'm burning bridges either. These places all want me and my things back. So like, it ain't that, right? So you get kind of caught up in it, but that's my least favorite part, only because I succumb to it sometimes.
I understand. And you're not alone in that.
I'm extremely grateful with the community that I have and the numbers that I have and the show I'm able to do, and I'm able to do it on my terms and my way, and it just makes me happy. So the least favorite thing is the thing that gets canceled out by all the good things about Twitch. Kind of cancel it out because there's really just that one thing I don't like.
I completely sympathize with that, though. And I think at the end of the day, I feel like a lot of things to that degree, like growth and channel numbers, CCVs, for all intents and purposes, like I think that's under control, to be honest. And to add to that, Smiles also had a good point, which generally, actually,
I just saw that. Smiles.
It's pretty much just mirroring
right on for sure.
Yeah, and that's actually the point I made too. Like Smiles is basically just repeating something I was mentioning about a couple weeks ago. People were. I think the height of Twitch music was during those shutdowns. And then when things opened up, and you're part of that too, because you're doing gigs. We just talked about that like at the beginning of the show. So
oh yeah, we got affiliate like ridiculously fast.
Yeah.
It was like 2 weeks and we were up. It was that quick.
Yeah.
It was wild.
It was.
We didn't have shit else to do, so we just streamed all the time.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
We met our numbers in the first week.
Yep.
We got our followers in the second. We got affiliate at the beginning of the third. So
that's pretty cool. Yeah. And it's not nothing. Like to be able to do that really speaks to how cool like that your channel is. But as you said, like it's the lulls can happen, and it's not. I'm not completely surprised because like as I was saying earlier, like people are out doing things too. So I don't think you worry too much about it either. So it's like, I just feel like I think the moments can happen, and like you said, I know there are people who just barely jumped on there who also skyrocketed a partner. But there's the people who be like, I would see their numbers and they're like, well, they're getting like this. And I'm like, they're not partner. And I do find that kind of interesting too. But so I guess
there are some, I don't want to say politics, but there is some, there is a little, I don't want to say back alley dealing, but there's a little bit of behind the scenes shit that
I'm with you.
Some people, some Twitch streamers, and it's impossible to name names because that's just not how, not only would we not want to do that, but if it's part of the process to get where you want to go, why am I going to hate on someone's game? That's dumb. That's the height of arrogance. And I don't want to be, I would not want to be like that.
Yeah. I
but
agree.
There is a little bit of, and we talked it through with some of the people that work for Twitch. Like, we talked with them about this. Yes. there's some shit that you have to. There's some shit you have to do on the back end when you. It's not just, hey, look, here's my numbers. Can I get partner? Because I know people that have had those numbers for months and their requests kept getting denied. And they were like, well, how can I keep getting denied? I have all the numbers. Why am I not getting it? And then they did finally receive it. But it's like, it's just this period of talking and talking and talking.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel your pain there.
But then like,
oh my God. Whoa. Speaking of numbers.
Oh, Mandy.
Oh my God. Mandy.
Do it.
Let's do it. Okay. Let's do it. I predict a riot. I predict a riot. Mandy, welcome back. It's so good to see you. Hi, everybody. We were talking, hello, Mandalorians. Hello, everyone. It's so good to see you again. How was your stream, Mandy? It's so good to see you. Thank you so much for the raid. My name is Davey. I'm a variety streamer out of Los Angeles. I know that I've been known for sandwiches and for borking in the last 2 years, and so I'm glad to see you all again. Mandy Prater is a great friend of ours here on this channel. I hope your stream was great.
He said borking, ladies and gentlemen. Borking, not porking.
Sometimes porking,
He's
too.
not known for that.
I'm glad it was good
His
time.
OnlyFans is shut down.
It's great to see you. Mandy, I'm glad your stream went well. So hello again. Hello, Ann. Hello, BC. It's great to see you, Tillman. Let me see how many more names. Huge. And Mermaider. Bill Goodell, our good friend Bill. And Ruscular. Holy cow, look at all this great stuff going on. Lisa, Snapplers, Pony, Sniper, Lisa again. Can Assassin, Pretty Vacant. Holy cow, like so many great. Thank you so much for the raid, everyone. So we are actually hanging out with Pete from Brookstone Bards tonight. Look at this hype for everybody.
Hey, Mandy.
It's great to see you, Mandy.
Mandy's people.
So I just wanted to answer that as far as Justin Evelyn's question. Favorite part about streaming is this community, all you guys, like getting to know all of you.
You're gonna answer it too. Yeah.
Yeah, it's amazing. The least favorite part is just people who kind of troll on there randomly and they're like, "Hey, play this song." It's like, okay, like I don't know it, but that's the only thing that's kind of getting like trolls.
Like, no.
Yeah, right. Trolls. There's a difference between like friendly trolling, like when you get right, exactly. Then there's just that, which is like, no, don't be a dingus. Like I like your comment, don't be a dingus. Like that's really great. But hello again. It's so good to see you.
That's the key to staying in someone's chat is to not be a dingus.
Oh, it's huge. It's huge. Mandy says play some metal.
Play some metal.
You might get your wish in a month though, Mandy. We're gonna do a metal karaoke pretty soon. But yeah, I love that. I know. But that is annoying, right? Like it's just like you must get that every day, like all the time, Pete. Like someone just goes in, can you play this song that I never heard of?
It does, dude. It happened today. And and what's weird is when it happens, they come in and they don't say hi. They smash the follow button and then they post a link in chat. And then I have links shut off because I don't need that kind of drama in my chat. And so it'll get deleted and then they'll be like, oh, what the fuck? I don't have curse words. I don't have auto mod on. So if you want to say fuck in my channel, you can. It's whatever. And oh, what the fuck? And then they'll try it again and they'll get bounced again. And you'll say to them, hey, such and such, thank you for the follow. Please get a song in there. I'd love to play something for you. You can hit the song list right here. One of my mods will get the song list for them. Like they won't even have to fucking type anything. They just go do it. And then they'll bounce. Because whatever the fuck it was that they wanted you don't have it on your list or you don't know any concept. So you obviously suck balls.
It's rough. It's
like, all right. If the 1,000 songs on my list didn't do it for you, I guess you can be mad at me because I didn't know that one song from fucking Chrono Trigger. Like,
oh, I know. Oh God, can you imagine that? Like, it's. And I hear you now. I hear that so much. BC Loves Otters, thank you for the 200 bits, and Lisa, thank you for the 100 bits. Thank you for the new follows, Kippo or Keppo, Mermaider Collision. My goodness, y'all are great. Well, I've got this for you, Mermaider. Pump it up, yeah!
Pump it up.
Pump it up. So good to see you.
Yeah, Lisa, it happens.
Yeah.
And Mermaider is correct. Shout out to Chrono Trigger because Chrono Trigger is that dopeness.
Yeah. Oh, real? Oh, yeah. Shout out for sure. Mods, if they have a channel. Chrono Trigger. If Chrono Trigger had a channel, like shout out Chrono Trigger.
Logan's requesting childish things. Aw.
I love it. Mermaider Collision. I do agree with you though in that part. And E flat says, if Pete knows 1,000 songs and none of them please you, your taste in music sucks. Sorry about it. Yeah,
Who said that?
that was E flat, Brian.
Oh, E flat. If Pete knows 1,000 songs and none of them please you, your taste in music sucks. I love you, Ryan. Thank you, buddy.
Wonder if your Raiders would like to meet Dopey. I'm not so sure. It didn't go so great with the PC a few weeks ago, Brett. But you never know, Brett. You never know, Brett. Anyway, let's get back to the questions. A really good one coming up from Keither37. And folks, for those of you who are unfamiliar with our format, so we have a guest from Twitch. It can be music, it can be a content creator, it can be a gamer. And we spend some time with them. And during part of the show, we give you the chance to ask questions. So you can do so by using exclamation point question. Now, Pete has done the things and seen the things. And he's part of two really cool bands. One of them is a Genesis cover band known as Abcab, the music of Genesis. The other is the Thurston Howell Yacht Rock band, which is absolute fire, playing to crowds of
It is pretty good.
like
They
almost
are
500
fucking
people at your
great
last
group of
show.
people.
So good. So, and he's half of Art and Pete, which have put out really, really great greatly written songs and really cool stuff, and including songs written by the Bard community, which is known as Songworks. So that's who we have on tonight.
Our Songworks album is Mandy Prater certified. She did tell me she really
Nice.
enjoys the record. So
Oh, that's awesome.
it has the Mandy Prater seal of approval, which I'm very down with. And I appreciate that.
King says some might say he's just a righteous dude. Yeah,
I am a righteous dude.
dude.
Sluts, dweebies, dickheads, they all adore him.
All right. So if you have a question, get that question in there, everybody. We're gonna keep rolling through the things in the queue right now. We still have to do that Billy Joel trivia. Now,
Oh, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Mandy was on our show
gonna-
last week.
We're gonna set a record on your show.
Nice.
This is what I want to do. I'm setting a record tonight.
I'm here for it. So let's do the trivia. Keith, I hope you don't mind me waiting a couple minutes for this. There is a lot of questions, so thank you for your patience, everyone. But this is gonna be really sweet. So we have our Hype Train trivia, and tonight our trivia category is Billy Joel trivia. So 2 weeks ago, Mandy crushed trivia on the Sandwich Show during our Streamiversary show. Mandy was awesome.
What was Mandy's trivia?
I think we gave Mandy. Trying to remember, actually. I can't remember what it was. I think it was like. Trying to recall now.
She said chocolate.
Oh, it was chocolate. That's
How
right.
do you do chocolate trivia? What does that even mean?
What's a Reese's? Who manufactures Reese's, or where's the Hershey's headquarters?
Oh,
Stuff like that.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I get
Yeah.
it. All right.
How many
I
cacao
understand.
beans are in like a piece of chocolate? Like that sort of thing. So.
Right.
All right, so tonight we're gonna give Pete a category that I think he's gonna be very good at: Billy Joel trivia. Let's see what he's got. Now I made this pretty hard.
Joel trivia.
Let's see how we do.
You made it pretty hard. Oh, super. Okay. All right. Here we go.
Let's see how you. Good luck, Pete. Here we go.
I will not look at chat. I promise.
Okay, sounds good. So first question: in what town did Billy Joel grow up?
Levittown.
Yes, Levittown is the answer we were looking for.
Yep.
He was born in the Bronx, so that would have been interesting. I might have accepted that, but Levittown is what we're looking for. Very nice. 1 for 1. Next question. Before going to Columbia Records, what infamous label released Billy's first album, Cold Spring Harbor?
Oh fuck. It was Artie Rip's label.
Hi, John.
It was
Have a good night.
Arista.
It's more obscure than that.
Oh, okay. Then I know when you're gonna say it, and I'm gonna go fuck. I know.
Can I give you a hint? It
Please, go
happened to also be on like the first 10 Billy Joel albums on Columbia too, because there was an arrangement from that company that needed to be assessed in order to pay out. Yeah.
Hell. I'm not gonna waste time trying to search for it. I'm gonna give up.
It's not the easy. It's a tough question, but the Family Productions.
Family production.
Family Productions. It's weird.
That was, like I said, it was Artie Rip's whole gig.
Yep.
And Lightning is correct. Artie Rip is a bastard.
Oh, absolutely.
Artie Rip fucking destroyed Billy Joel. Like Billy Joel drank furniture polish because of that fucking guy.
Yeah, he's the worst. Yeah, that guy
Which,
was.
by the way, if that's one of your trivia questions, We'll just remember that I already answered what is furniture polish.
That's fantastic. Next question. How many instruments are played during the song For the Longest Time, the studio recording?
1.
Great answer.
The bass guitar.
Great answer. Not quite. There were 2. Now, this, I would have been stumped at this too. The other one is a very, very subtle snare drum that uses the
Huh.
I will have to go back and listen
I
to
could've
it.
swore there was a bass guitar on that recording.
There was definitely a bass guitar, but there was also like a snare drum in addition to that. Now,
I think that's him snapping.
yeah, I do think that this can be this can be left for debate because I can't completely buy into just what Wikipedia says, so I'm gonna need to listen to it again. I'm gonna leave that on offer.
Yeah. Whenever I've listened to that, like all of the voices are him. He's doing all of those voices, but the to my ear, the bass line in the song sounds like an actual bass guitar and not someone going dum 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 dum.
There
doesn't
isn't
sound like a
yeah.
It doesn't sound like a vocal bass.
No, correct. There is an actual bass guitar. Now that I know for sure. I know the bass guitar is in there for sure. That's a genuine bass guitar. E-Flat, have a great night. Can we give a shout out to E-Flat guy in the chat, everybody?
Bye, E-Flat.
Hey, so good to see you tonight, my friend. The snare drum features brush. It's subtle. It is very subtle. So we'll just leave that as a neutral. Next question.
Okay.
Which Philadelphia radio station is best known for Philadelphia? Which Philadelphia radio station is best known for putting Billy Joel on the map nationally in 72? And then the way they did it was by way of a live concert that they hosted with Billy Joel in it at their radio station studio.
Oh man.
I'll give it to you if
This
you know
is
what
a-
song put them on the map, what the song was, because they kept playing it over and over on their station.
72.
Mm-hmm.
And 72 would have been.
This is a hard one. Hi, Ann.
Would it have been Ballad of Billy the Kid, or maybe Piano Man?
It was part of the Ballad of Billy Kid was part of that concert, but not the question, not the one we were looking for.
Was it The Entertainer?
Neighborhood, but no, it's a much longer song. Much longer song.
Scenes, not scenes.
No, it wouldn't.
Longer song. Nope. Longer song.
Yeah.
Captain Jack.
Yes, Captain Jack. I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna give it to you. That was a really tough question.
Well, is that are you giving it to me because I knew the song?
Yeah,
or
because I said I
think
would
the
give it to you if
original
you knew the
question
song.
was
Yeah,
the
'cause-
radio station.
Yeah. The station was WMMR, which is the Philadelphia radio station at the time. That's hard. That's hard. That's just hard.
Keither lit it up though. He
Yeah.
said it. He
Oh,
got it.
Keither got it. Wow, Keither. Well, Keither's from Philadelphia. That's awesome. But still pretty
there it
cool.
was.
Yeah. Oh, Jerry, what's
Photons
going?
in the house?
Good to see. Wait. Oh, Photic Photon. Good to see you. Shout out to Photic Photon. Nice to see you, my friend. I actually met him over the weekend. It was really cool. Like here in town.
Cool.
Okay. Next question. What exactly is Bedford Stuyvesant?
Bedford Stuyvesant is from what I understand, is a neighborhood in New York.
Yes,
In the New York City.
that is correct. Yeah, that's what we're looking for. So it's a neighborhood. Yeah, a neighborhood in Brooklyn. Excellent. Okay, next question. Which game show was referenced once in Billy Joel's lyrics?
Oh, hang on. Oh shit. Hang on. Game show,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Is it Wheel of Fortune?
It was Wheel of Fortune. Yes.
Yeah.
Wheel of Fortune, Sally Ride, something other,
That's
suicide.
Right. Metal Suicide.
Yeah. We didn't start the fire was the song, Calf. We didn't start the fire. How about that? That's a great pull.
I had to like tick off a bunch of lyrics in my head. I landed on Wheel of Fortune. I was
That's
like, wait a minute. That feels familiar in my mouth.
Yeah. Davey
we're
leading
on
a
the
stage
line.
quiz. I love it, Rain. I love it. You loading? All right, here comes our next question. True or false?
Okay.
True or false? Billy Joel once had a special on MTV.
A special on MTV. That's
Mhm.
true.
It is true. You're right.
Yeah.
He had at least one special. The one I can remember, or at least I know of, is the one that the masterclass show he did way back in 1982. Way back. Way back.
Oh yeah. The what's that called?
They called it
The
Night School.
Song.
But
Song.
he always called it Night Class, like his masterclass series. But yeah, but like
I
they
know he
break
did
down
a-
the song, you know, like
What's this? That's the songwriters show that used to be on.
oh yeah.
Oh shit.
I forget.
I'll think of that.
I forget the name too. But Justin
Good
and
night,
Evelyn,
Ev.
have a great rest of your
Yes,
night.
We absolutely need to hang out sometime very soon, Evelyn.
It's so
Me,
great.
You and Justin, Special K, and Tim and
Yeah.
Giblet, and we'll have Davey come down, and he'll just
I'd love.
moderate the whole thing.
I'd be glad to. Those MTV and VH1 Unplugged shows were great too. Oh yeah, awesome stuff. And yeah, let's see. And Dark, I forgot to mention Dark. So good to see you. Can we give a shout out to Dark Native? Thank you so much for hanging out with us, Dark. Shout out Dark Native, a really cool talk show host as well. But take care, Justin and Evelyn. It's great to see you again. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Okay, so yeah. So did I give you the question? Did I give you the number? I think I did. Yeah. So
I didn't know what the numbers were.
no, I think we got it because we had 6 questions in the books, and I left one out because we were not sure of the authenticity of the longest time question. So next question: what is Marked Chord's favorite Billy Joel album?
Oh, it's Marked Chord's favorite. Hang on. It's
Tricky, I know.
It is It is
Have a good one, Sniper. Thanks so much for hanging out with us tonight.
Is it Stormfront?
Mark, can we confirm or deny? If Mark's in the chat, I'm not sure if Mark's in the chat at this point, but I don't believe so. My understanding is his favorite album was Glass Houses.
Glass Houses.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
I knew we didn't have the same. No, you give that to the chat. You give that to chat.
Okay, I'll give that
I
to
know
chat.
we didn't have the same favorite. My favorite is Nylon Curtain, followed by The Stranger.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's really no wrong answer to that, honestly. I feel like
Well, there's still a wrong answer. If you say Cold Spring Harbor, I question your.
No,
answers.
Cold Spring Harbor is probably weird. I don't know.
Cold
That's
Spring
probably-
Harbor is a fucking great record. It is a great record.
Oh, I
The
see. I see.
version that doesn't sound like a chipmunk.
Oh, okay.
real
Never mind. I got you. Yeah. Okay. So the next question: which notable '80s artist sang backup vocals for Billy Joel's song "Code of Silence"?
Cyndi Lauper.
Yeah, got him. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's
Oh,
pretty.
there was no question on that one. I
Yeah.
knew that one. I knew that one cold.
Oh yeah.
The Bridge actually is his collaborative record. Steve Winwood's on that record. Ray Charles is on that record. Cyndi Lauper's on
Yep.
that record. Yeah,
Absolutely.
ton of people on that.
Yeah, it's a very underrated like Billy Joel album. Thank you. Have a great
I
rest of your
really
night.
dig that record.
It's pretty good.
I mean, if you all you know is the hits from that,
Mm-hmm.
like you need to go listen to Running on Ice. Like
Yeah.
the very first track is fucking stupid. It's just so good.
Pretty good. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I do love all these Getting Closer is another one that's really good, like kind of on the
Right.
tail end.
Yeah.
This is the time. Yeah, it was a really, really good record. Like it was solid stuff. Like Brad, follow our friend
Temptation, Big Man on Mulberry Street, Modern Woman.
Modern
Ah,
Woman. The fun
Modern
one.
Woman's my shit, dude.
Fun one.
That song is so great.
Yeah.
Here, let me just rewrite Downtown real quick.
Yeah. It doesn't get enough love, honestly. Like I think that's one that I recommend.
I would agree
checking.
with that.
Yeah. So let's see. We got one more question. What was Billy Joel's last single to chart on the Billboard Hot 100 Top 40?
All About Soul.
It is All About Soul. Pretty good. And give or take the question about the longest time, got either 7 or 8 of them right. Really good.
Yeah.
These were hard.
I didn't. You did have some very hard ones on there.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's- But now you guys are just saying random stuff.
It's good. Yeah, it's good to see you too, Jerry.
Carlos is like Uptown Girl.
Uptown Girl.
That's good, Carlos. Tomorrow we'll do numbers.
I love it. But thank you very much for answering those, Pete. Really good.
I'm surprised I did so well.
Yeah,
You had some on there that were like, oh, yep, I know that. And then the other ones I had to like think about for a second.
it's tough. That was tough. That was really tough. Like if you presented that set of questions to me, I might have even like blanked out on some of them anyway. I may have still gotten my own questions wrong because I would have just not. Because like when they're asked to me without any context, it would have been tough for me to gather it.
I'm sorry. Muppet Stooges fan just said, that's not random stuff. This is, fish stick, blue bug sweater hat.
That's pretty good, Muppets. Yeah.
Muppet
But-
Stooges fan, you and I have just become best friends.
That's so good.
I love the absurdity of random stuff. Like, I love bad lip reading, and there's some guys out of Canada called Day Job Orchestra that do that shit, and it's just warp me to Halifax. There are too many penguins eating lunch. Shit. Stupid fucking.
That's pretty dumb. All right, so Muppets, let's get your question in here really quickly. Thanks for hanging out with us, Muppets. Have you seen Muppets Mayhem yet, Pete?
Not yet. I really, really want to. That is 100% on my list. I'm like, wait, y'all made a show about the Electric Mayhem. That's like, it's like you made it for me. It's like you made it. Like I want to see that. You know. Fuck, I may watch that when we're done with the stream. I might start that. There's an album. Is it on Spotify?
Like a new one?
Oh my god, I must find it.
That sounds great.
on.
Muppets.
Now I'm gonna look it up. I'm
No,
looking it up
we're getting to your question, Keither. I just want to get that one out quicker because I think this was a quicker question, so I just threw that out there.
But I also had an edible.
Ah, nice. Yeah, an edible. Nice. Muppets, thank you for your question. Yeah, it looks like a really fun idea for a show too.
Oh my god, Muppets Mayhem. There it is, the original soundtrack. Boom.
Wow.
Putting that on the list.
Cool. Okay.
Followed.
So let's
All
go.
right, hit me.
Let's go to Keither's question. What is your favorite game show and why?
Oh man. So I have two favorite game shows,
Mhm.
and I like them for different reasons. My first favorite game show is Press Your Luck, the original version with Peter Tamarkin back in the day.
Yeah.
For a couple reasons. I was a very young kid when Press Your Luck was on, and I love seeing motherfuckers hit a whammy. And I did not know why whammies were bad. I just knew they were awesome because they'd come on and go, I'm gonna take all your money, and then there'd be some cartoon bullshit on the bottom of the screen, and it'd always be the whammy taking people's money and stuff. And I was like, that's fucking hilarious. I love it. And and then I got used to going big money, no whammies, and stop at $200 in a spin. All right. You can continue or you can pass your spins to Derek. What are you going to do? Let's go. I'm going to press my luck. Big money, no whammies, and stop at a whammy. Like, I fucking loved it, dude. I watched Press Your Luck like a religion when I was a kid. My other favorite game show is Lingo.
Oh yeah, I remember Lingo. Yeah.
I love Lingo. I loved it. Like I loved it actually at the same time. My son started watching it. That's one of the ways that my son actually built his vocabulary was by watching old episodes of Lingo. The old ones with Chuck Woolery when Chuck Woolery was hosting Lingo. It's hosted by, I can't remember, it's somebody else now. Chuck Woolery also hosted another one of my favorite game shows, Scrabble.
Yeah.
I loved Scrabble when I was a
classic.
kid too. I remember watching that show so much, and like their plunger was like all the way up here. And it was like the glass cylinder.
Oh, that
right?
was.
And I'm like, I want to fucking push it. I want to push it down. I want to know what kind of haptic feedback that thing has.
Yeah.
Like, I want to push it so bad. But yeah, so my two favorites, Press Your Luck and Lingo.
Those are great calls. Gosh, I mean, I'm gonna answer the question directly. You touch a nerve. Like, Pete in game shows is me. I mean, sorry, Pete in Star Wars is me in game shows. Like I have ridiculous nerd knowledge of game shows, like ridiculous. Like,
Did you ever watch Starcade?
I watched a little of it. It wasn't that very long, so I was watching like reruns on YouTube.
Yeah,
I remember a little
yeah.
bit.
Starcade was that where they would have to answer trivia questions,
Yeah.
and then whoever got the most points in the trivia questions would have to go over and play like asteroids.
Yeah. I definitely know that, and I know there was
Or
a
like
pilot
Space
of it.
Invaders or something.
Yeah, it was a fun idea. I like that idea, and then
Starcade
kind of
was awesome.
that was a very fun game show for sure. So the low hanging fruit answer I'm going to give you is one everybody knows. The Price is Right, and it stood the test of time. But it speaks to me because of like numbers and like strategy and like learning how to bid and the excitement of it and the colorful like props that are used in the game and the wheel and it's just like there's so much drama in that game. It's an hour long. It was
Yeah. But something I noticed about Price is Right, and I didn't notice this until I was like a full-on adult, owned my own home, went grocery shopping for actual groceries and not just ramen and Vienna sausages, right? But like when I had to buy like real food. Price is Right only holds up until you actually spend a considerable amount of time in a grocery store, and then you realize how full of shit it is. It's like you look at some stuff on there and you're like, there's no way that toothpaste costs $6. There's no way. I bought that fucking tube last week for $3.
That is true.
And I was at a Harris Teeter.
That is very fair. Like it's the actual retail price is a little bit of horseshit. Like the actual retail price is not.
C-Dub, it's just the suggested price. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. It's still fucking bullshit.
Yeah. There's so many great responses in the chat I want to get to as well. Like I've seen some really cool like games invoked. Actually, Muppets brought up one which I'm probably down with. Double Dare was the shit when I was young. That was a great show. Oh my god.
Double Dare.
So good. Especially before the families. Like even with the families it was great, but before the families it was like awesome. It was a really good show.
Oh yeah. I was a huge fan of Double Dare. I wanted to be on when I was a kid, man. I wanted to be on that show so fucking
Absolutely.
bad. So bad. I was like, I'll take it. I'll slide into the whipped cream and the fucking ice cream and shit. I will 100% do that. 100%.
I'll pull out the snot from the nose. Hell, fuck yeah! If I can get a flag out of it,
I would get filthy. Give me that flag.
It was a great show. It really was a great show. Like
their reboot, their like attempt at bringing it back here recently was kind of bullshit. But the original with Mark Summers was
so good. And Harvey,
kind of
don't forget Harvey.
Hidden Temple was good too.
Oh, yeah. See, this is such a hard question. And I think the reason I picked Price is Right just because it's been around such a long time, and I've kind of stuck with it. These other shows have kind of come and gone. They've had their like 1 or 2 years, and then they've faded, right? And you mentioned Legends is a really good TV show. It's a really good game show. Like, it's amazing stuff.
That was super cool.
Yeah, Press Your Luck was
Finders Keepers. Finders Keepers was another one that was on Nickelodeon that I always wanted to do. That was the giant house, right? And you had to go. You'd get like a clue. This monkey has red feet. Show him your big teeth. I don't. It would be something dumb like that, and then they'd go, "It's the tennis ball over here," and then they go grab it, and that's how you won the room or whatever. You had to find the thing that it was talking about. Oh yeah. Muppet Stooges fan says the big prize for Double Dare was always a trip to space camp.
That's true.
I wanted to go to space camp too.
Muppets, if you were there, if you lived those years, space camp was actually a pretty fun idea. Like that was kind of like exciting. Yeah.
Dude, I was all about space camp when I was a kid. I wanted to go there so bad. I never wanted to go to Huntsville, Alabama so bad in my life. Fucking Huntsville.
Yeah. That's wild. That is wild. But I appreciate all these people. Let me go roll through some of these. So Press Your Luck is way up there for me. And you mentioned Scrabble. I love Scrabble. Pyramid was good too. I don't know if I would necessarily put it in the same tier. Like we could
$25,000 pyramid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bert Convy. Or no.
No, Bert Convey was
Bert Convey
Tattletales
and Password.
And Password. Yeah. Super Password. Yeah. Super Password. Yeah.
$25,000 pyramid was
Dick Clark. The great Dick Clark. Late great Dick Clark. Yeah. The word next.
San Diego. That was good too.
Oh, that was a great show. That's it's interesting that we kind of brought up like shows on children's television programs, like children's television networks. It's like they honestly hold up with like all the classic game shows. Like,
Yeah.
it's really interesting. I'm gonna tell you one that I think is probably one of the most overrated game shows of all time. Match Game is the most overrated game show of all time because it's just the game sucks. It's boring. It's not that exciting. I mean, the reason it's great is because
Match Game is only fun if you were raised in the 70s.
Yeah.
Like if you get all of those jokes.
Yeah, it's true.
It's like Ethel Merman had a 3-way with Dick Cavett. Like, okay, I mean, I guess that's funny. Like,
I know.
Hollywood Squares, I always thought was the better, like, finger on the
Hollywood
pulse
Squares is
humor.
legit. Like that show's good. Both versions, the 70s version and the 80s version, were both pretty fun. Yeah, I actually like both.
Was it John Davidson hosted the original?
Yeah.
The original Hollywood Squares?
Peter Marshall
Or was it
hosted the
remake?
old one, but John Davison's the one I remember growing up with. Yeah.
Yeah, the guy that hosted That's Incredible.
Yeah. He hosted that. I don't remember that show. I heard that show was awesome. Like, That's Incredible.
That show was great. I love
yeah.
That's Incredible.
Oh, that's really great. Oh, Tic-Tac-Toe was iconic. Yeah. Like, who would imagine getting a bunch of Apple IIs and you can make a quick game show out of it?
Who was the host of Tic Tac Toe? That was
Wink Martindale.
Wink Martindale.
Yeah.
That's right. Wink Martindale.
Got to slay the dragon or defeat the dragon. Yeah.
Yep.
That was intense.
That's right. Tic Tac Toe was awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. Mark Summers did Unwrapped for Food Network. Muppets. Pretty good. Was it Burt Convey?
No, Burt Convey. We were talking about this earlier. Burt Convey did Password.
Yeah, Super Password. Yeah.
Tic Tac Toe. He's right. Tic Tac Toe was Wink Martindale.
Yeah. But yeah, big time love for. And then one I should bring up before I forget. Sale of the Century was exciting too, because like you could like win all this crap. Like, it was really
right.
It's like so many prizes. It was really great.
Sale of the Century. Do you remember Supermarket Sweep?
Ah, that was the best. The best. I'm like, oh, I was actually talking to Jamie, Jamie, one of our moms, Jamie, about that show. We're like, I always got annoyed when people would like throw these giant turkeys and they're like, you could just get the medicine and like clean up all sorts of money because they all were expensive. But
and you could fit a lot more of it in your cart.
Absolutely, like you could just get like little bottles of pills, and like you'd have like $1,000 in there just from a few of those, So,
but turkey, it's huge. It's obviously expensive. And people were like, "Well, fuck, turkey."
And then they
doesn't really
tried to
cost
move
that
the
much."
cart with the turkeys in there. Like that was an adventure too. It was a great game though. It was a really fun
Manny
game.
says there's a whole Supermarket Sweep channel now playing it 24/7. What the fuck? I think
it's on. I think it's on
Oh, it's
Pluto.
the Samsung TV app. Yep, I have that. I have to go watch that. Now.
That looks like
Supermarket
fun.
Sweep, fuck yeah.
Thank you for the recommendation,
Hell yeah.
everybody. Mandy and Jamie. Yeah, that looks like a great time. Like doo-doo-doo. And, like you would answer the questions to get the. Yeah, that was it's an amazing game. It was a night when I was 8, I think, watching that. I'm like, oh man, I wish I could go to the store and just take whatever I wanted from the shelf
Right.
It just seems like so much fun.
Just grab the smoked salmon and the actual crab meat out of the little can.
Yeah.
That's just like $15, $16 in that little bitch right there.
Oh, it's so good. Did we discuss the press? We did not, but I'm very aware of it.
I did
Michael
not
Larson,
discuss the
Michael Larson saga. Quite a saga. I mean, it's interesting because like nothing he did was actually wrong. It's just that he found a loophole and exploited the shit out of it, but his greed kind of undid him, which is really kind of a bummer. He beat the system, but his own greed just kind of undid him. This is always kind of a sad story.
I am unfamiliar with this scandal that you speak of.
It's not even a scandal. It's just basically just a guy that kind of figured out how to, to work. Because how like that little bouncing square in the game, it ran on a pattern. So he figured out the pattern, and then he just knew when it would always land on $5,000. Would do it at a certain sequence. So he would just wait for that sequence and then go boom, stop. And because it's one spin, he would never get the whammy. He would just go until he was tired. And he won like over $100,000. In 1983, $100,000 on a game show is outrageous. That's like $500,000.
How did I not see that shit?
Yeah.
Like I used to watch Press Your Luck like it was going on stuff. Probably because I was a kid and I thought maybe this guy's just winning. I didn't. You know,
It was wild.
I didn't really realize it was a thing.
I
but
don't think they
now I want to see that. I want to see
Yeah.
that now.
Yeah.
Ken.
Derek says it's the only 2-day episode in history. King says there's a documentary and a story. And I think I've seen this documentary. Yeah. It's pretty wild. It never re-aired either. That's the thing. They never had reruns. CBS was so embarrassed by that. I don't think they were going to ever like re-air that at any point.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And Him Carlos. Oh, by the way, good to see you, Him Carlos. Yep, there's a document. The producers freaked out. As you would imagine, like
Probably. Yeah.
it's pretty crazy. So as I was saying, like he didn't do anything illegal. That's what's so crazy about it. It's just like he found a loophole. He used VCRs
He
to try
paid
to
attention, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely. It's kind of amazing stuff. Like it kind of took the fun out of the game because like the other two people like next to him were just like getting whammied out of it, and they're just kind of sitting there watching him go for
Right.
like an hour, like just trying to just go.
Hey, Derek is asking how me and Special K would do on the Newlywed Game.
Ooh,
I mean,
That's a
We're
question.
not newlyweds, but I think at the
Yeah.
time, had we been on the Newlywed Game, I think we would have done all right. But she and I were very open book when we got together, so
Yeah.
there wasn't much about each other we didn't know going into being married. So
Yeah.
I think we do pretty well.
pretty good. I want to thank everybody for sending in their favorite the game shows. All these games are fun. Like and I keep thinking, well, game shows are dead, but they're actually not, because you kind of see new ones come up every now and again on different networks for different things, like Primetime. Even a little more recently, you had Deal or No Deal. You had games with such and such, and
Deal or No Deal is not a fucking game show.
well, no, I mean,
It's not
there's really not much to that one. And to be fair, I don't even think Wheel of Fortune is really much of a game. It's just kind of like you're guessing letters. Like, is it really strategy in that? I'm not really.
Yeah, but I love Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah, I mean,
I can usually solve Wheel of Fortune in like 3 letters. Like,
yeah.
I love Wheel of Fortune.
Well, it's
But I love vocabulary.
I
so-
think that's why I like Scrabble though. Because Scrabble is kind of like a more intense Wheel of Fortune. It's kind of the same idea, but it's like one line.
Oh my god, what was that other?
And remember how big
the
the
other
letters were?
one,
Like, like you get the A. The A was like the size of an iPad. It's like
Oh yeah, the big towel, the big tile.
They go,
What was that? The other game show? It wasn't not Crossfire. What was the? It was a word game, and oh man, it was a word game, and like you'd have to find like the word would either start with that letter or end with that letter, and go. Oh man. No, I don't think it was crossword. One concentration. Lingo we already talked about.
Yeah. Chain reaction.
Chain reaction. That's it.
Ah.
Chain reaction. That's the one. Chain reaction's fucking great. Oh, I love
That
that
isn't-
show.
I missed out on that one, but it sounded like a really. I think I've seen highlights of it. It's pretty intense.
It was very much an intense like race
Yeah.
for words kind of game. Keither says I was almost on that in college. That's pretty awesome.
Wow,
I
Keither.
would love to have been on Chain Reaction.
Wild. Let's see. No,
Any
we
more
get-
questions in the queue, real quick?
We do
Dave?
have 3 more, and I do
Because-
want to mention Chris's comment on the next Brookstone Bards Newlywed Game. Pete with Kay and Tim and Dana, and then I would host. So, when was the last time you had Whoopi? Like, what did you? That sounds like
Oh
fun.
my God.
That'd be fun.
You know what? Davey? Here's that stellar idea.
Yeah.
You had talked about wanting to officiate the next one chip challenge.
Yep.
We should do the one chip challenge.
Yeah.
And then you play the newlywed game while we're sitting there.
Yeah, while you're all suffering. That's a better idea. I love this idea.
I think we just created good television.
this is
Just-
absolutely.
I think that will be it. Like, newlywed game during the one chip challenge. Davey hosts.
Right? Absolutely, y'all. Absolutely, y'all. We had to.
Dude,
He is right.
C-Dub's about it.
Make
C-Dub's
make
about
that. Yeah, I'm with you.
You can only drink water when you get the question.
Oh, that's so good. Okay, so
it's
let's
like
get.
we have little cups with milk in them. Every right answer, we get an ounce of milk.
That was all lined up on the table, like Oh, it's just great. Oh
Grand
gosh.
prize is a
Yeah.
tub of Ben and Jerry's ice cream.
Can King says asking questions like, "What is the weirdest place you've made whoopee while eating the chip?" Quality entertainment.
That's it.
That's it.
Dude,
That's where it's at.
The back of a Volkswagen.
Oh gosh, that's so. Chris says, we are doing this. We are doing this. We are doing this.
Dude,
Absolutely.
Davey, this is it. This is it.
That's gonna
This is
happen.
it. We're gonna, this is up for posterity. You heard it here first, kids. We're gonna bring this to the Bards. We're doing this, Davey. You gotta come here. We're doing it.
The Newlywed Hot Chip Challenge game.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll be there. All right, so 3 more questions in the queue. I'm really sorry, Rain, that we had so much chaos tonight, but Rain is very much familiar with chaos too. Rain, so hopefully you're still around for this. Although maybe Rain did leave. I should go back and see. But Rain, I'll send you the clip of this if you did in fact go. I'm sorry that my apologies if you weren't around for the question, but here it is. And Rain asks, what are some examples of songs that you think are criminally underappreciated?
Oh man, there's a ton. I'll start easy. The Logical Song by Supertramp. That's
Oh yeah, definitely.
what's up, Cliff Stalling?
Cliff and Rain, thank you so much. I appreciate you. It's good to see you, Cliff.
Underrated songs like pretty much anything by Supertramp.
Yeah.
There are some Kansas tunes that get taken for granted a lot. There's some Genesis stuff that is really, really, really compelling and good that I don't really think that anybody really gravitates towards. There's some music by the band Fish that is absolutely incredible, and people, don't want to listen to them because they're a jam band or whatever. But it's like that's not. Fish isn't really a jam band. All of their stuff is like severely orchestrated and meticulously planned out. It just happens to be a long instrumental section, but it's not a jam band. A jam band plays fucking same licks over and over one chord, and maybe the chord changes later. That's how you get those extended jams. Fish, they jam because they know the song, but if you just kind of walk on and try to jam to It's Ice, it's not going to happen. You got to know those fucking chords, So, what? Oh, all kidding aside, the one song I agree with Pete on, that song by Fastball, Out of My Head, completely underrated. Yes, 100%, dude. Fastball, that Out of My Head song is so goddamn good. It's so good. And everybody forgets about it. They always go, oh, Fastball, they do that song The Way. Yes, but they also do this other song that was on the radio that's fucking fantastic.
It is a really good song. Yeah. That's interesting, Muppets. But Proclaimer songs are super
Stairs and Humphreys McGee.
Nice. Albums worth of material that's not 500 miles. I've only heard 500 miles, so I would have to take your word for that one, Muppets. But can we give a shout out to Cliff Stallings Music, a great friend of ours here on the Sam Fam. Like, really good to see you, Cliff. Cliff is a fun musician. Really good people, folks. And so thank you for answering that. Rain, thank you so much for sending the question, and I appreciate your waiting for the answer. So let's go to the next question from King. It's a great question.
Do it.
Living or dead, which top 3 performing artists would you most like to see? Would you most like to play alongside on stage? They can be living or dead. So 3 musicians that you'd like to play alongside on a stage.
Billy Joel, Bruce Hornsby, and Freddie Mercury.
Wow,
all for different reasons.
Wow.
Billy Joel, because I know all of his material except for Root Beer Rag, which I still kind of know. Bruce Hornsby, just because I'd want to learn.
Uh-oh. That pause is a little concerning. Oh no! I think we lost Pete there. I'm sorry, everybody. Let me go see if we can get our friend. Thank you for the follow, like, Klein. Gosh, what a time to lose Pete. He had this great answer here. Let me see if we can get. Okay, we got Pete back. Pete, can you hear me?
Back. There we are.
Yeah. All right, Pete.
Yeah, I don't know. We had some sort of dip in my internet there.
Okay.
Yeah. So, Billy Joel, because I know all this stuff. Bruce Hornsby, because I want to learn from the master of jamming. Like Bruce Hornsby, that's another person that I think is severely underrated and people need to listen to more of. Bruce Hornsby is absolute fire. absolute fire. His musicianship and the quality of the musicians he has in his stable when he goes and plays live, when he plays with like the the noisemakers and when he plays with the range, it's just amazing, all of them. And then Freddie Mercury, because I just want to back him up. Like I just want to play piano while he goes out there and is amazing. Like it's like watching the master at work. Like yeah. So those are my top three. That's it.
I am extremely impressed by how fast you came up with those three. Like, were they always in the back of your mind? Like, these are people you want to perform? Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yeah. There's, and it's not like, I don't have like, oh, I want to play with X guitarist or I want to play with X this and that, whatever. It's mostly piano players. And I think it has to do with me being a dueling piano player and being used to playing across from another piano player. And when I saw the very first Billy Joel Elton John face-to-face tour, the one in '95, I saw the very first one, and it was incredible. And the two of them were, and this is before I knew what dueling pianos was, but seeing the two of them with their pianos like this, and they were playing each other's music and they were playing on each other's stuff and they were trading solos. I was just like, that's just the baddest, man. That's so fucking good. It was great. So yeah, anyway, stream scribe.
I love it. Carlo's in our chat. What's going on? Stream scribe. Good to see you. Follow our friend Carlo as well. Nice to see you. I hope you're well. Good to see you, Mr. Scribe. I hope it's nice. It's always good to hang out. We hung out with Stream Scribe a couple weeks back with the during our 2-year show.
Oh yeah, Carlo is Bard's fan for sure.
Oh, 100%. Now,
yeah.
that video you did together, was it Childish Thing?
Oh my God, that Childish Things
Yeah.
video. Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Childish Things video is fucking fantastic.
Yeah. Oh, I love his comment. That ain't working. That's the way you do it, Pete.
They play the guitar on the MTV.
Yeah. I'm that creepy uncle in the Bards fan.
All right, hit me with another one.
All right, so we have one more left, and I'm afraid I might have even said it after Brett left, but so I'll go back and try to clip this after the show. But
Brett frothing sloshed.
Yeah, so, Brett, it's great to see you again tonight. The question was, would you like to also eat a chocolate-covered onion with Davy, skin and all?
No.
I didn't think much thought either.
I had to think about it for a second. Like, what would that be like? Oh, yummy! This outer shell is great. Ah! That's what you do. Like, you know what I did eat though that I didn't think I was gonna like, and it turned out to be amazing. Chocolate covered bacon.
Oh yes.
I was like, I'm not eating chocolate covered bacon. That sounds fucking disgusting. And he was like, no, man, just take one bite. If you don't like it, you don't have to eat the rest of that. But I guarantee you'll like it. I went, and I took a bite, and everything inside me came alive.
Mm-hmm.
My heart grew 3 sizes that day.
Mm-hmm.
Like, chocolate covered bacon is the absolute bomb. Holy crap.
That's fantastic. Your Jameis is like, you'll probably manage up until the skin and all part. The skin is, I think, the tough part for anyone. So,
right. That's the stuff you peel off when you go to cook it.
Yeah.
You peel the outer off. Like,
yeah.
You're not supposed to. I don't want to be challenged to eat things that you're not genuinely supposed to eat. Like,
yep.
I don't want to eat bull testicles too, but at least in some parts of the universe, people eat those. Like, that is a food that some people eat some places.
I did hear about that. Do you feel like people just do that just to say that they can? Does that actually sound like
that's why I would do it?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, J-Man.
I should amend that. If it came right down to it, and we were at a tapas bar or whatever, and one of the tapas that came out was bull testicles, I would eat it. I would at least go. I'd take a bite and be like, okay, now I can say I ate it. What did it taste like? I can't even imagine what it would taste like.
Actually. I don't know.
I can't imagine it tasting any worse than liver.
Right. Absolutely. Okay, so let us go do Papa says, I want lobster right now. It needs to come down in price a few more bucks. That'll be, well, hopefully it does. And
Muppet Stooges fan, you know what that means? You need to go shopping at Aldi. Find an Aldi.
There you go.
The Aldi always has like the special lobster tails for like, $15-$20 for 2 of them. That's the best deal on lobsters, Aldi.
Aldi's sneaky good.
As somebody that goes grocery shopping for a family of 4, Aldi is my jam.
That's great advice, Ted. Appreciate. So that's where Q. Thank you, everybody, for questions. This was a phenomenal run. Pete, thank you for hanging out during all that. That was really good, everybody. Really great questions, everyone. So let's thank some folks. Many people to thank tonight. This has been an extraordinary stream. Thank you so much for the from Mandy Prater and also C-Dub Guitar and was there another one? I think. Scroll down here a little bit and double check. No, the 2 really awesome raids tonight. So thank you again. Thank you for all the new follows, everyone. I'm gonna push this button to roll the credits. There they come. Autograph when Pete says king.
Oh, like you want one, King? Is that what? I mean, I'll totally make you one. I just feel like I would feel super. I would get super imposter syndrome.
That's fun.
I thought this was an Elvis impersonator convention. I'm confused. Thank you very much.
Love that, Pete. Thank you again for all your
Cover time, Pete in the house.
Hey, cover time, Pete made it. My goodness, what's going on, Steve? Pete, good to see you. I love the the meeting of the Pete's. This is,
Oh yes, King. Absolutely. Message me. Hit me up.
Sweet.
Send in the poster I gave you. C-Dub, shut up.
It's good to see you too. For all our friend Cover Time Pete as well.
We don't talk about the poster.
Oh no. I got some lore to catch up, everybody.
No. Davey, you know the poster. We don't talk about the poster.
Oh yeah. We don't talk about
the poster secret stuff.
We do not talk about the poster. Nope. That's a no.
You don't take the shot at the title.
Nope. Woo. So, with that, we say good. Not good night completely because we're gonna go raid somewhere and we're gonna spread our. We're gonna continue our party over at a new channel. Pete,
yay!
This is fun. Thank you so much for hanging out, and spending one time. This has been a blast.
Davey, thank you so much for having me,
Absolutely.
man. I just you have we said it during Giblet's stream too, man, and I'll say it publicly here. Like Davey has a way of making people feel comfortable enough to open up and really talk about shit and let shit fly, and you're just wonderful, Davey. I can't say enough good shit about you, dude. We just love you.
You're very kind, and that's very really nice of you to say that thing. It really means a lot, and it's been such a.
There any tears yet? Looking for.
We're getting there. We're getting there, but I
got to keep doing it.
You might get there. Just keep trying. I guess is what I would say.
You really are. The show that you have here, the thing that you put together, and you have the other streamers come on so that other streamers get to know everybody. You really have helped. You really have helped facilitate the coming together of a portion of the Twitch community, the Twitch music community, and that's just amazing. It's just amazing, Davey. Good work.
You're very kind. Well, Pete, I appreciate your kindness and being a part of this, and you also do a great job promoting the community. It's really awesome to see this and bards and on socials and everywhere else. It's really great seeing you in chat and other channels too. Super cool. In mind, we can use this opportunity to get to know someone else. Where would you like to raid tonight, Pete?
Me?
Sometimes. Well, yeah. If you have anybody in mind, if not, I've got some other ideas.
Hold on. You know what? Hang on.
Okay.
Let me take a look here. I just hope no, shut up. I don't want to hear.
Oh no, ads.
Let's see. Let's rate the compliments.
Yeah, compliments.
If you're asking for my recommendation, man, let's hit the compliments up.
Do it.
I don't ever get to see those guys.
That's awesome. That's an awesome call. So I met those guys. I met Greg and Alicia last weekend too. That was really. They are really nice people. Everybody.
Yay. We met them at TwitchCon. We
Yeah.
actually met them at Megan Lennius's party. We met them at the party, man, and they're just as delightful in person as you see on the screen, man.
Yeah.
Greg and Alicia both are just terrific human beings. They really are.
1,000%. 1,000%. Thank you, Muppets. You're very kind too. Thank you so much. I do want to remind everybody in our chat, especially if you came in through Rage and such, our guest tonight was Pete from Brookstone Bards. Pete will be back on tomorrow at Brookstone Bards with Tinder Thursday, which means random
Tinder
quest.
Thursday. We're going to be banging randoms.
I love it.
Starting at 3 p.m. We get all randoms, only random songs in the chat.
Yo, you won't want to miss that, folks. 3 p.m. Eastern tomorrow at Brookstone Bards. Says who's Pete? Phenomenal.
I don't know. Some fucking dickhead. Some dickhead.
All right. So, mods, can we get the first of all, mod love in the chat, folks? Love everyone. Show the mods some love, everybody.
Mod love.
Mods were great tonight. Thank you so much, everyone. Jamie, thank you for your help tonight. King, thank you for your help too. Rohomo, and any guests. I hope I appreciate
thanks, King.
all your work. Thank you, Jamie. That's very nice of you to say. Pete was great tonight. Absolutely. Pete is a damn treasure, and I completely,
thanks, Jamie.
totally agree. Totally agree. Yeah, thank you, C-Dip, for the raid too.
Let's be honest. I was interviewing Davey tonight.
There was a little of that, but it was a two-way conversation. Let's say it was really fun. Man, I could have. I'm thank you for anybody, whoever got me off the tangent. Thank you for that. It would have been like a 9-hour show if I kept going. I could have.
Oh, I would let you go. I was going to let you go, man. We were coming up with some great stuff.
Absolutely. So we're gonna go raid the compliments. Copy the raid calls, everybody. We're gonna go hang out over there. Make sure our friends the compliment to follow. They are extremely talented people and really nice people as well. And so do so. And with that, if you missed any part of this show tonight, you can catch the VOD right here on Twitch, or you can catch the replay on YouTube tomorrow at Davey's Eating a Sandwich in both places. So all right, let's do the thing. Follow our friends, get your life right. You know the deal. Spam these borks in the chat, and we'll see you at the compliments. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much.
Good night.
We'll be back.
Thank you, guys.
Take care, everybody. Thank you so much, too. Bye, everyone.